A very good evening to all of you, and a very warm welcome. Aye, please come. We shall have a discussion on CSAT Mark 1. Very good evening. Namaste. Aye ji. Good evening. Good evening. I'm good. Gulsehra, how are you? Good evening. Good evening, Shashank. Good evening, Rakesh, Lipa, Purva. Please come. Come on, officers. Good evening, Kavya. Hi, Ma. Good evening, Sunita, Harleen. Yes, very much, Shashank. I wish you the same for you and your family as well. Yes, Niranjan, for special people, special arrangements made. Pankaj, Piyush. Yeah, I would be telling you that, Chandan. Good evening, Pratikya, Lingala, Anushka, Chitran, Chirantan. Well, guess, Chirantan. Yes, Shiv, good evening. Oh, lovely. Nivesh, I'm honored. Good evening, Shambhu. Is it? Well, I do have a background with the army. Yes. Mahek Kiran. Oh, that is lovely, Shashank. Hello, Soumya. Hi, Ritu. Good evening, Amit. Come on, guys. Let's start. I hope that you people did well. All right. So during the session, uh, as you are very much aware that I keep on conducting polls for 10 seconds, all right, in the poll, for your answers being yes, you would mark A, and for your answers being no, you shall mark B. So let me just guess that how many of you have actually attempted the paper and are here for the discussion. Now, Sunita, this is just a webinar. We are going to discuss the first paper, which was conducted, the FLT for CSAT. Good evening, Ravi. All right, so 65% have already attempted the paper. The rest haven't. Well, you should have. Anyhow, we'll have a fair amount of discussion about the strategy which is supposed to be used, how you should go about attempting the paper. All right, how you should have scrawled the sheets and then selected the question which would fetch you 2.5 marks. Okay, lovely. So first of all, let me tell you that, as you know, the question paper was based on three areas: reading comprehension, logical reasoning, and quantitative ability. There were 27 questions on reading comprehension, 16 on logical reasoning, and 37 on quantitative ability. So as I have been declaring in my earlier classes, as has been the pattern over the last 3 years, the number of questions for LR and QA has been 53. All right. And in this paper, I think you should have attempted at least 45 to 50 questions, and you should have managed a score of at least 35. So your target for this particular paper, let us say, was 35, because we must take baby steps. It's not that in the first attempt itself you would be able to qualify by acquiring 66 marks. It doesn't happen that way, isn't it? So we have 8 FLTs. So your target is at least in the last 3 FLTs or mock tests, you must secure marks which are much more than, way more than 66 marks out of 80, out of 200, right? Okay. So yes, that's how it was in 2022 examination as well. There were a lot of questions pertaining to permutations and combinations. So, which indicates that you should be having a good grip over this particular area. And that too, it's not compulsory that you solve all the questions, isn't it so? Okay. So let me just know how many of you secured 35 or more. Let's have a look and let's start from there. Mark A as your answer if you have secured more than 35 marks, 35 or more. All right, let me make it 30 marks. Let me make it 30 marks. Never mind. The poll was fast. 62%. So almost two-thirds of you. That's lovely. Okay. Now, you would see plethora of questions based on reading comprehension and maths as well. But as I have always told you, reasoning is something which is quite in general. Even those who feel that they are weak in maths, reasoning is one area which would be a lifesaver, even for those who feel that they are weak in reading comprehension. So, this would be a common area for both these two types of aspirants. So, let me just scroll through the paper. And one thing, I mean, I just ask you to kindly keep a score of the number of attempts that we make. Okay. Because I'm not going to start from the very first question. And this is exactly how you should be attempting the paper. You need not start with the very first question. Anyhow, the thumb rule is for any aptitude test which consists of reading comprehension as well as aptitude, that is reasoning and maths, you should never ever start with reading comprehension because let us first of all secure some marks and let us warm up before we actually take a plunge into a comprehension passage. Okay, so as you are aware, is the UPSC CSE 2023 prelims exam with our prelims test series. There are 36 tests, 19 sectional tests, very, very helpful. 9 GS full length tests and 8 CSAT full length tests available in both the languages. Detailed discussions will be provided to you. Complimentary current affairs is available in both offline and online modes. So it has already commenced November 6th, 2022, and you can go through the BEP app to know more. Okay, so first you see that this is an RC passage, all right? So I would recommend even second is an RC, third is an RC. So my recommendation here would be you should start with reasoning. All right, there are certain areas in reasoning. All right, here we go. So we come across a particular topic in reasoning that is number series. So let us begin with this particular question. Okay. So 84, 95, 111, 102, 106. So simply, as was taught to you, is it based on neo PNP, natural even odd prime, non-prime? No. They're squares? No. They're cubes? No. So the next thing that we do is we always take the difference between the adjacent numbers 102, 106. So 102 plus 4 is 106. 111 and 102. Well, 111 minus 9 is 102. 95 and 111, the difference is 16. So 95 plus 16 is 111. Well, do these differences indicate something? Well, very much. This is 2 square, and that is plus 2 square. This is minus 3 square. This is plus 4 square. So read it from right to left. 2, 3, 4. So we will have a difference here, a difference between two adjacent numbers here. So don't you think the other two differences shall be minus 5 square and plus 6 square? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus minus plus minus plus alternatively, right? So hence 84 plus 36, that shall give us a 120, and 120 minus 25 gives us a 95. So I would say this was quite a simple question. It was a must attempt. Okay, so here we have attempted one question. Kindly keep a track of this. Kindly keep a track of this. We have attempted one question. All right, we have attempted one question. Moving on. All right, so this is a question based on quant. How many four-digit numbers divisible by 4 can be made with the digits 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 if a repetition of digits is allowed? Later. I'll come to this later. I will, definitely. But then, the one of the most easiest topics, directions. All right, so look out for such questions, search for them, and you should begin your attempt with such kind of questions, in fact. See, Rohit and Shobhit start walking in opposite directions from the same point. Okay, so let this be the starting point. Rohit covers 3 kilometers and Shobhit covers 4 kilometers. Let this be the route taken by Rohit, that is 3 kilometers. And let this be the route covered by Shobhit, that shall be 4 kilometers. Now you know that this will be right and this will be left. Now, similarly, this will be right and this will be left. Okay. Now, Rohit then turns right and walks 4 kilometers. So Rohit turns right, let us say here. I'm sorry. This is right and this is left. Just did the other way around actually. Okay, here we go. So left and right. All right. So turns right and goes how many? 4 kilometers. Shobhit turns left and walks 3 kilometers. So here is Shobhit, turns left, walks 3 kilometers. Right. Then what is the sum of the distances that Rohit and Shobhit are from their starting points? Now, their respective distances here. All right. So here, the distance uh, where Rohit is from the starting point, and this is the distance where Shobhit is from the starting point. Well, you do remember the Pythagorean triplet. You are aware of the Pythagorean triplet. So, as such, no calculation required. 3, 4, 5. 3 square plus 4 square is 5 square. So, if this is 3, this is 4. Okay. Uh, what is this? Okay. Then this has to be 5. Now, similarly, this is 3 kilometers, this is 4 kilometers, this is 5 kilometers. And the sum of their distances simply is 10 kilometers. So, choice D should be your correct answer here. All right. So, you got this. So, this was our second attempt. So, please keep a track of this. This was our second attempt. All right. Second question that we had attempted. We are going to attempt more. We're not going to leave out questions. Don't worry. But I'm just trying to, slate a particular sequence or order in which you should approach the paper, especially during the first few minutes. You need to score more. You need to ensure that you attempt more number of questions with, you know, 100% accuracy. A good start made makes a hell lot of a difference. Now, what was the day on 22nd July 1992? A standard question on calendar, isn't it so? So, what do? Well, you break it up into pieces. First, a multiple of 400, where the number of odd days is 0. Then the centuries are separated. So you have 3 centuries, 300, which has 1 as the number of odd days. All right. As you remember, 100 years, 200 years, 300, and 400. Number of odd days is 5310. I hope you remember this. 5310. So this is what we select here. Then, whatever is the year given to you, let us say the last 2 digits, you have to take 1 less than that. That is 91 years have been completed. A year gets completed on 31st December. So there are 91 years now. So we have reached 1600 plus 300 plus 91. That is 1991 years. Now here, what should we do? We have to find out the number of odd days. So for that, you need to divide this by 4 to find out the number of leap years. So 4 twos are 8, 11. So 4 twos are 8. So there are 22 leap years. We add back the leap years to the number of years. So we get a 113 here. So 113 number of odd days. But odd days can never be more than 7. So for that, you divide this by 7. All right. So you get a 43, 42. You get another 1 here. Then 1992 happens to be a leap year. And you know that in a leap year, Jan, April, and July, they have the same calendar. So this will save you a lot of trouble actually and time if you directly add, instead of going up to 22nd July from January, you take 22nd Jan 1992 as your date, because whatever day of the week will fall on 22nd Jan, the same day of the week will fall on 22nd July as well. So 22 days, which means one odd day. So 111, 3 odd days. So that indicates the day of the week. So third day of the week happens to be a Wednesday. All right. So it's a very simple and standard question. So this happened to be, if you remember, this happens to be our third attempt. Are we clear? Yes, Aditya. Then you need to attend the session here. No, no, don't do that, Rakesh. You always take a multiple of 400 lesser than the given year. Okay. If the year would have been 2002 or beyond 2000, then you would start by taking 2000. All right. So this should have been your third attempt. So if you're not aware of calendars, please brush up your concepts. So we have a very small one here. You could have attempted this. That's not an issue. So sun is a renewable source of energy. Well, it shouldn't be sun. It should be solar energy. All right. And a solar panel can convert it into electricity. A survey shows that our entire country can rely on this alternative source of energy if appropriate attention is given to this field. So this is a question, comes under the category of reading comprehension, a very small passage, very small paragraph consisting of two or three, right? I would do so, Ragini and Ranjan, at the end of the session. Okay. So I assume that you should have been, prolific at calendars. If you're not, well, I usually take 1.5 to 2 hours to conduct a session for calendars. It cannot be explained in 5 minutes, but I will try to do that. But then at the end of the session, let's continue with our attempts here, how you should have attempted the paper. Now, what are the conclusions that you can draw? Conclusion one, solar energy is a newly emerging field in the country. Is that so? Well, he says it is a renewable source of energy and a solar panel can convert it into electricity. A survey shows that our entire country can rely on this alternative source of energy if appropriate attention is given to this field. Well, this in itself is indicative that this is a newly emerging field in the country. Very much. Then it says the energy crisis in our country can be handled by exploring the potential of solar energy. So it says can rely on this alternative source of energy if appropriate attention is given. So definitely this would solve the crisis also, which is there. So both would follow. So choice C should be your answer here. Am I clear? So what was this? A fourth attempt, I would say, or fifth attempt? What was this? Could you please guide me better? Fourth attempt? Yes. Are you keeping a track of this? Okay, that is lovely. All right, all right. Let me just check once. Well, it is. Why not? Because it says the way that it describes easily, I mean, you can guess that it is a newly emerging field in the country because he's just advocating for the use of the same. All right. It is not in use currently, but then he's encouraging to use this as an energy. So C should be the correct answer. So four attempts made. Oh, a very small passage. Can't call it a passage actually. It's just a statement. And you're supposed to draw conclusions from this. So it would be simple. Just go ahead and attempt it. Now, Indians need electric cars since these cars will save the cost of fossil fuels and reduce pollution. India does not have electric cars. There is no such indication. India may or may not have electric cars. Even if India has electric cars and somebody asks us that, hey, why are you guys using electric cars? You would say that, yes, India needs electric cars since these cars will save us fuel cost and all right, and it would reduce the pollution as well. So this cannot be concluded because the passage or whatever the statement is given to us, its contents does not have any indication or a pointer towards this as a conclusion. Pollution is a problem in India. Absolutely, yes. That is why it is being cited here as a problem which can be handled by the use of electric cars. So definitely two will follow. So choice B happens to be our answer. This happens to be our fifth attempt. Yes, very rightly pointed out. Someone with the name administrator. Okay. Many of these questions, yes. So what you're supposed to do is just control your worldly wisdom and stick to the contents of the passage. Don't go beyond it. All right. And your answer has to be within the purview of the reading comprehension. Okay. So don't just include any of your worldly wisdom or knowledge here. We can't consider statement one. As I said, India does not have electric cars. Where does it say so? Indians need electric cars since these cars will save the cost of fossil fuels and reduce pollution. Does it mean that India does not have electric cars? I told you Let us say India has electric cars, and then somebody asks you, hey, why do you people have electric cars? Then you can always reply by stating this, that yes, Indians need electric cars since these cars will save the cost of fossil fuels and will also reduce pollution. So there is no indication. India may or may not have electric cars. All right. So here, why would we need a car if already have it? Need is there, right? No, 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 no. Okay, Jaren. Why do you need coaching for UPSC? We need coaching for UPSC because so and so and so. Does it indicate whether you have joined UPSC coaching or you have not joined UPSC coaching? It just says that yes, the need is there, but that does not indicate that whether India has or does not have electric cars. All right, it may or may not have. So the presence of electric cars, there is no pointer towards it, or the absence of electric cars, there is no pointer towards it. All right, moving ahead. Okay, so we have a question on maths. We will do this. We will do this. This is a simple question. All right, let's go ahead and attempt it. So based on, sorry. So based on a very simple fundamental which is there. All right. So this is incorrectly written. This is supposed to be. Let me just find out. I think. Yeah, this is 81 raised to 11. Actually, this is how it is. So exponents, I hope that you are aware that if x is to the power of a whole to the power of b, then this is nothing but x to the power of a into b. A simple fundamental which is there in exponents. So 81, is a multiple of 3. All right, it can be expressed as a power of 3, 3 to the power of 4. It is 9 square, which means 3 to the power of 4 raised to 11. So hence it becomes 3 to the power of 44. It's a standard question. Why? Because this appeared in CSAT 21 also. Now, 3 to the power of 4 to the power of 15, right? So this should be equal to 3 to the power of 15 into 4, that is 60. We want the largest out of these. So obviously choice A loses because choice B, 3 raised to 60, is anyhow larger than 3 raised to 44. Well, catch good hold of this. 3 raised to 1, 1 raised to 4, 4 raised to 11. My dear, 3 raised to 1 is 3, and 1 raised to anything is going to be 1 itself. So this 1, which is given here, raised to 4, which is raised to 11, that means maybe, anything here. 1 raised to anything will anyhow give you 1. So 3 raised to 1 ultimately gives you 3. So this is out. So 27 raised to 22. Now 27, you are aware, is 3 cube. That raised to 22. So it is 3 raised to 3 into 22, that is 66. Well, 3 raised to 66 is larger than 3 raised to 60. Choice D should be your correct answer. So, how many attempts in all? This is our sixth attempt, right? So this was, let us say, our sixth attempt. Am I right? Yeah. So far, so good. Mm, well, this is a very simple question. Having read this, I think immediately you should know that this is a question which is based on a simple permutation. Okay. Now, each of the 11 letters A, H, I, M, O, T, U, V, W, X, Z appears the same when looked at in a mirror. Now, these are called symmetric letters. Now, if you look at A, it seems the same when you take its mirror image. Isn't it so? No difference. Now, other letters in the alphabet are asymmetric letters. How many 4-letter computer passwords? So, you're supposed to form a 4-letter computer password, can be formed using only these asymmetric, these symmetric letters. No repetition allowed. How many are these? 11. So, what? So, it means to fill up this place, we have 11 letters to choose from. Any of these 11 letters will fit into this place. So one of these will be occupying this place. How many remain? 10. So out of the other 10, one will occupy this place. How many left? 9. So we have 9 choices to fill up this place. All right. Which means then we will be left with 8 choices or 8 letters to choose for to fill up this place. So simple as that. Nothing much to be done. 110 into 72. Bravo. So 72, I get a 7 again, 7. All right, 7920. A simple calculation. I think you should have got this. No, Sumit, whenever the order matters, you know, the sequence in which you are filling up these letters, it does matter. See, if you write A H I M, it is different from H A M I. All right, is it or not? These are two different combinations. So sequence matters, right? So how many attempts? Please tell me. 6? No, 7. We have 7 attempts now. Is it or not? Well, again, let me just tell you, Sridhar, don't bother, don't bother. If it is given as symmetrical, go ahead with it. All right. I know Z. This is how it looks like, isn't it so? But then so be it. So be it. Because the question states so, we'll go ahead with it. Because the question here is based on permutations. It's not based on mirror image, isn't it so? So anyhow, we will honor that. Okay. So this is an RC. Oh, quite a long one. Oh, 3 questions. Okay. Let's see. Oh, coding and decoding. Let's attempt this first. Okay. All righty. So we have coding, decoding. Let's begin with this. So in a certain code language, student is written as GMVWFGH. So student is written as, what is it? GMVWFGH. So you must remember the positions of letters as they occur in the English alphabet. All right. So that would be helpful, as I had told in my earlier classes as well. But then you know what? S and G, T and M, U and V, D and W, E and F, N and G, T, H, they don't form a very logical pair. So a good look will actually tell you, if you reverse the order of this code, you know, you will get a conclusive pattern here. All right. So GMVWFGH. GMVWFGH. Let me take the positions here. So 19 and 8, 20 and 7. This is 21 and 6, 4 and 23, 5 and 22, 14 and 13, 20 and 7. Everywhere you see that the sum of the place values is equal to 27. So what are these? These are end pairs or opposite pairs which have the same position from the either ends of the English alphabet. Okay, and the sum of the place values is 27. All right. So you should be remembering, in fact, memorizing some of these. Okay. Now, he's asking you about VXMZOZY. Let's take this one up. So it says VXMZOZY. I hope you remember, in fact, some of these pairs, right? Like I had indicated, if you remember, one of these was love, LO and VE. All right, these are pairs. See, L is 12, O is 15, 12 and 15 is 27, V is 22, E is 5, 22 and 5, isn't it so? If you remember Shri, S and H, 19 and 8 is 27, 18 and 9 is 27. Okay, so V is E, and as you know, ABC and XYZ. All right, so you can say uh, AZ, BY, CX. So this is C, MN, this is A, L, A, and this is B. So you need to write this now in the reverse order. So this becomes B, A, L, A, N, C, E, balance, choice A. Uh, so how many attempts are these now? Could you please guide me? Otherwise, I'll have to go back, man. Eighth attempt, right? Hey, are you keeping record of this? You got to help me out, guys. Eight. We are taken eight. This is the eighth attempt or ninth. All right, eighth attempt. Ninth. Now we will take up. This is the eighth one, right? Okay. Move ahead. Move on. Move on. Move on. Oh, a small statement. Let's take this up. So inferences are nothing but these are conclusions only because which are drawn from a part thereof, from a small part, whatever is can be concluded, that is called an inference. So Elon Musk's bid to buy Twitter took the whole world by surprise. So Elon Musk is capable of surprising the business world big time. Yes, it's already given. His bid to buy Twitter has taken the whole world by surprise. That means he has the ability to surprise the world, right? So one is fine. Whereas Elon Musk is going to take over Twitter no matter what. Well, again, don't mix up your worldly knowledge here. Okay, here the statement says he has just bid. The statement does not provide you information about the takeover. All right, and that to no matter what. So no indication to this. So only one follows. So A should be your answer. So nine attempts, I believe. All right. Yes, it is extreme statement. You can say that. Yes, correct, Sumit. Okay, it's a must attempt. What you have is syllogism. You can make use of tick cross tables. You can make use of Venn diagrams as well. All right, especially when possibility is there. Okay, so all lizards are dinosaurs. Tick and cross. Some dinosaurs are rhinos. So dinosaurs. So the middle term here is dinosaurs, which gets cross mark in both the statements. So we cannot state anything conclusively between lizards and rhinos. And whenever there is no conclusion between two terms, anything is possible. Anything is possible. All right. So on 31st, there is first match of IPL between Chennai Super Kings and Gujarat Titans. What is the result? What is the result? We don't know. We don't know as of now. So when we cannot state conclusively who has won, then what are the possibilities? Well, maybe Chennai will win. Possible. Maybe Gujarat Titans might win. You know, maybe it could be a tie. It could get washed off. So there are various possibilities. Anything is possible. So when between two terms you do not have any let us say conclusion, you cannot state anything conclusively, then anything is possible. There are two men, A and B, all right, standing next to each other. So it could be possible that they're father and son, it could be possible that they're brothers, it could be possible that they're uncle and nephew, it could be possible that they're strangers, it could be possible that they are friends. Anything is possible when you don't know about them, isn't it, sir? So some lizards being rhinos is a possibility very much. Why not? Anything. There is a possibility that some lizards are not rhinos. Yes, very much. Rhino and lizard. Anything is possible. Yes. So choice C is the answer. Lovely. So this was a 10th attempt. An easy one. A good beginning we have had. A very good beginning we have had. Okay. Let's move ahead. Circular track later on. Number of ways, lawn tennis, mixed doubles. Oh my God, later on. Four-digit number has only prime digits. Uh, oh, now this seems to be quite simple. Let's have a look at it. A 4-digit number. Okay, let's have a 4-digit number. Only prime digits. Which are the prime digits? Please type. Please type. Which are the prime digits? Please type. Tell me. Hey, come on, Mohit. One is not a prime number. One is not a prime number, my dear. All right. So we have 2, 3, 5, 7. 9 is not a prime number. Okay. So we have only 4 prime digits. That's it. Over. So you want a number that is divisible by 5. Okay. Then when do you say a number is divisible by 5? What is the divisibility rule for 5? The last digit should be either 0 or 5. Do we have 0 here? No. So the last digit has to be 5. Must be 5. Which means to fill up this position, we have only one digit to choose from. We have only one option, only one choice. That is digit 5. We have no other choice, no other digit to fill. All right. So 5 gone. Leftovers 3. So out of 2, 3, and 7, 2, 3, through 2, 3, and 7, see, no repetitions allowed. So out of 2, 3, and 7, any out of these one can be filled up here. So to fill up this position, we have 3 digits to choose from, either 2 or 3 or 7. So we have 3 choices to fill up this position, right? So one out of these 3 will be absorbed here. We will consume it here. Leftover, 2 numbers will be left. Okay. So out of these 2, one will be used here and the leftover one will be used here. So 3 into 2 into 1 into 1, that is 6. Quite a simple question. This was the 11th attempt. Cool. No, Rakesh, it is written. It is written. There is an indication. The number is divisible by 5. How do you say a number is divisible by 5? When do you say a number is divisible by 5? Condition is laid down. The last digit of the number should be either 0 or 5. Do you agree, Rakesh? Yes, absolutely. Yes, and 0 is not a prime number, right? So we have only 4 prime digits, 2, 3, 5, 7. Out of these, we have only one option of filling up this particular place with digit 5. True? There is no other option. You can't place 2 here. You can't place 3 at the units place. You can't have 7 at the units place and then say that the number is divisible by 5. Okay? So yes, we have only one choice. All right? No, 0 is not a natural number, Mohit. Get your basics right. It is a whole number. Natural numbers are counting numbers starting from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. More than 4 number, 11 and 13. Why, Anbu? It is clearly given prime digits. A digit is a single digit number. A digit is a single digit number. Then 11 has 2 digits, 1 and 1. 13 has 2 digits, 1 and 3. Clearly mentioned. Okay. So it was a cool attempt. You should have made this. Okay. Later seems to be long. Every month path. We will attempt this. We will see. Okay. All right. Blood relation. Oh, I think we can get this one. Yes. Let's begin with this. How many children does X have? Let's see. P is the only aunt of A, which means what? A, A's parent, some parent is there. Okay. Mother or father. Okay. Whose sister is P. And she happens to be the only aunt. That means A's both parents have no other sister but one, that is P. And only sister of C. So let us say sister of C, only sister. Okay. A is child of C. A is child of C. We have seen that. Okay. So how many children does X have? Hey, does it talk about X at all? Statement 1 does not talk about X at all. So we cannot comment upon the fact that how many children does X have. So statement 1 alone does not suffice in providing us the answer. in providing us a unique answer. So forget about this now. Clear off, clear off. Statement 2. X is T's maternal grandmother. Okay. X has a daughter, some daughter. Okay. Whose child is T. Mind you, I do not know T's, we do not know T's gender. T could be male or female. But for sure, X here is mother. So X happens to be the grandma, which one? Maternal, a grandma of T. Clear? And A is paternal grandmother. Oh, if that be the case, then let us say here she has a son, okay, who has a child A. And this way, X happens to be the paternal grandmother of A. Okay. P has only one brother. Where is P? Who's P? Who's P? Well, the son could be P and he could be having one brother, whereas this is a daughter. Okay. So can't state for sure. Well, we know this is sister and this is brother. So maybe this son, has another brother who is only one brother that he has. Can't say for sure. So statement two again does not suffice in in letting us know that how many children does X have. When you combine both the statements, it says P is the only aunt of A. Okay, so this you see combine here. So this is P. P becomes the only aunt of A. Okay, and she's sister of C. All right. So how many children does X have? Well, once again, we don't know that. We know that there is only one daughter that X has, but how many sons she has, we have absolutely no idea about it. Okay, because here it is given that P has only one brother. So this is P. Okay, yes, P has only one brother. Here we go. So has to be C. Mm, because when P was not given to us, we did not know who's P. But now for sure, P has only one brother. So for sure, we know this would be the arrangement that we can arrive at. So by combining both the statements, yes, timing will be more. Doesn't matter, Naresh. Even if you have to spend 2 minutes over a question that you can solve, it's worth it. Because as you see, there are few questions wherein when you read those questions, you will not be able to make head and tail out of them. So it makes sense that even by spending another half a minute or 45 seconds, if you are getting the answer to the question, it's worth it. So X has two children. So choice C. How many attempts? How many attempts now? How many? 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 11. So 12th. This was the 12th attempt, right? So 12th attempt. Okay. So move ahead. Move ahead. Move ahead. Oh, lovely, lovely. We have another question here on syllogism. All badges are bags. Tick cross. All purses are bags. Tick cross. Oh, bags is the middle term. So no conclusion because middle term is getting two cross marks. No conclusion between badges and purses. So there is a possibility that some badges are purses. Very much yes. When there is no conclusion between badges and purses, then anything could be possible. Anything is possible between them. But then when you say all bags are either badges or purses, then there is a problem. Look at this Venn diagram. All badges, all right, these are bags. And all purses are also bags. But then all bags are either badges or purses. Well, can you state that emphatically? No. What about these bags? These bags, these bags are neither badges nor purses. So cannot say this. True. So choice A, only one follows. Quite a simple one. So this was your 13th attempt. Rajvinder, first of all, attempt classes. First of all, attend all the classes, revise them thoroughly, get a good hold on the concept, then practice by solving exercises, then take sectional tests, mock tests, solve previous year question papers, then you will have a good grip. And when you solve practice questions, you should solve at least 40 to 50 questions based on a particular topic. All right. It cannot be that by just giving a cursory glance, and especially when you are preparing for an examination of the stature of UPSC, all right, you cannot simply just ignore or become complacent about a particular subject. The syllogism is very simple. So please attend classes and revise. So we have attempted 13 questions, guys. Oh, seems to be a small one. True. Chance meetings and conversations on long journeys lead to friendships that might result in business partnerships. Happens with us, no? In a train, on a bus, or maybe on a flight, we might, just become friendly with someone, an unknown guy. We might just carry on the relationship, and one day it might just transform into a business partnership. So, strangers can become friends and even partners in business. That is an assumption, right? When he states this. Family friendships, hold on, family friendships. Where does he talk about family friendships? That blossom over time do not generally lead to partnerships. Huh? There is no clue, no talk about family friendships. He's not talking about it. He's only talking about, how chance meetings and conversations with strangers might result in business partnerships. So hence, it is only A which is implicit. All right. So this was our 14th attempt. A very, very simple question, I would say. All right. Lovely, lovely, lovely. This is how you should have made your attempt. Okay. Number of arrangements, OPNC. We will do this later. Vowels occur at odd places. So some kind of complexity is given. Isn't it so? Aha. So a simple question, it seems, on puzzles. Let's take this one up. S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6, S7 are 7 students. S6 is taller than S5. Okay. S6 is taller than S5, but shorter than S4. So shorter than S4. S3 and S2 are shorter than S1. So S1 is taller than S3 and S2. S5 is shorter than S3. So S3 is taller than S5, but taller than S2. Okay. So S5 is taller than S2, and S2 is the shortest. Okay. So let me just get them over a scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. This guy here is the shortest, which we already know is S2. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 positions in all. Now here, if you just make an arrangement here, S3 is taller than S5 and S2. So maybe I can I can just squeeze in S5 somewhere here. Can't we? See, this S5, maybe I can take it here, isn't it so? Yes, makes sense. So I can have, let us say, S5 here and an S3 here. Taller than S3, taller than S3 is S1. Okay, and S4 and S6 are also taller than S5. So taller than S5 is these positions might go to S4, S6, S5, and S1. Not S5, sorry. S5 to anyhow is there, no? Great. And S3 also we already have here. Okay, and what about how about S7? Do we have any information about S7 here? Anywhere? Anywhere? Does it talk about S7? S7 is shorter than S5. Okay, shorter than S5. So I should have had this arrangement, in fact, wherein we shall keep S7 here. So we have an S5, okay, and taller than S5 is S3. And these three positions will be occupied by these three gentlemen. The question is how many are taller than S5? So how many are taller than S5? Let's get a good grip over that. This is where we have S5. How many are taller? One, two, three, four. Okay, so four are taller. So choice A here should be the answer. Yes, four are taller. So this makes our 15th attempt. Cool. We have made 15 attempts as yet. And in all probability, when you have made these, if you have made these 15 attempts, I'm pretty sure that you will get at least 11 to 12 correct. At least. I think at least 11 should be correct. Even if you have committed an error, let us say in rest three or four. Okay, later maybe. Aha, quite a simple one. So find the total number of ways in which Rishabh can go from A to C. So this is A, this is C. Okay. If Rishabh here goes, let us say, to C via B. So he first goes to B and then goes to C. So A to B, how many paths does he have? I think he has two paths here. One he has from here A to B, and the other one is this. Yes. So two paths here. B to C, how many paths does he have? How many routes? Well, he has one here, another one here, another one here to reach C. So three routes here. So if he takes this particular route, he goes from A to C via B. So from B to C, there are another three. So 2 into 3, in total, there will be 6 routes, right? But then he can also go to C via D, correct? This way. So A to D, there is only one way, straight. And D to C, this is one and this is another one. There are two routes. So two routes here. Okay. So this shall become 1 and 2, 1 into 2. So that is another two routes. 6 here, 2 here. In total, there are 8 routes. A simple question should have attempted this. Makes it our 16th attempt. Very comfortable order that we have selected. Yes, Subhash Chandra Bose, boss. Yes, you got this? Which one, Shivanshi? This one? The roots one? Yes, Bedrika. Tell me which part. Just reminding what, Subhash? Subhash Chandra Bose. What are you reminding me of? अच्छा your naam. Okay. How 6 then 2? Shivanshi. बेटा ये देखो आप from A to B how many routes are there? Tell me. You know, become the counter of these. One route, second route. From A to B, there are two roads, yes or no? These are routes actually. And from B to C, there are three roads. One, two, three. Okay, so A to B, two, B to C, three. So two into three, in total, there will be six routes. Hmm? You actually want me to write down this, is it? I'll do that. I'll do that. Let us say this is Road number one, this is road number two, this is road number three, this is road number four, this is road number five. So what all can we get? From A, you can take road number one, okay, and then reach B. From B, you could have taken any of these roads, three, four, five, to reach C. Yes, so three routes via road number one. A to B, road number one, and then B to C, three routes. Similarly, A to B, road number two, and then again three routes. So three routes for one via road number one, three routes for going via route number two. So six routes in all. All right. Similarly, from A to D1 and D to C, two. So that makes it two routes. So total eight. So 16 attempts. Ball of toffees. We'll eat them later. Oh, 5555 containing 65 fives. Small one, huh? Let's have a look at this statement. The prolonged monsoon rains this year have left many areas of the city waterlogged and mosquito infested, increasing the threats of malaria and dengue. So, what are the assumptions when he states this? The city is mosquito free in summer. Oh. When does he talk about the state of city in summer? He's just talking about monsoons. Does he talk about summer? No talk about summers or winters. All right, so one is out. Mosquitoes thrive in stagnant water. When he says this, that monsoon rains this year have left many areas of the city waterlogged. Waterlogging is what? Stagnant water. All right, and that means mosquito infested, increasing threats of malaria and dengue. So yes, mosquitoes thrive in stagnant water. It does, you know, get indicated, and this is what is assumed. Okay, because waterlogging is leading to mosquito infestation. So two is definitely correct. So we go by B. Perfect. So how many attempts? Could you please tell me? 17 or 18? Yeah, this was the 17. Thanks, Malvika. Mridvika. Yes. Aha. Lovely. Should have gone with this. At what time between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. will the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand be 160 degrees? Well, theta is 30h minus 11 by 2m. All right. And you can write it in two ways. Okay. That is, you can reverse this order. Theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30h. Simple. This is h, the hour value. Okay, that is 2. 160 degrees is theta. That is given to us. Okay, so let's do our calculations correct here. So this is 160 is equal to 30 into 2 minus 11 by 2m. Okay, that means 11 by 2m is equal to 60 minus 160 minus 100. No. So that means we can't take this formula. Then try out the other one. Right, Madhurika? Yeah. So 160 is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30 into 2 makes sense. So this is minus 60 goes to the other side. So 160 plus 60 is equal to 11 by 2m, which is 1. This is 220. So m here is 220 into 2 by 11. That is 440 by 11, which is 40 nowadays. 11 fours. So the timing here shall be 240, given to us in choice B. So this was attempt number now 18th. Yes, Subhash Chandra Bose. Got it. Move ahead. Seven members, Racer, Rainbow, Rebel, Rain, Rocket, Rogue, Rateman in a family. The names are quite confusing. So later on, maybe. China's government doubled Hawaii's Mauna Loa. Russia postponed. Eight people sit around a circular table, equidistant. Yeah, we can take this circular arrangement. Okay, let's just have some arrangements here. See, if you make an arrangement for eight people, this is how you should make it. You don't have to draw a circle actually. Now, each one of them is facing the center of the table. Each one of them is facing the center, correct? Now, here you might take a little bit of time, but it really pays off if you just indicate the left and right for every position. See, this person is facing the north. Is it on the north? Is it or not? The one who's sitting at the bottom. So his left and right is going to be the same as our natural left and right. So keep on writing L and R alternatively around these points, which would actually indicate left and right position for each of these positions. Now, what happens? He says, even if it takes a little bit of time, that's all right. Okay. Even if it takes 2 minutes to solve such a question, we are assured of 2.5 marks by taking the precaution that we should not go wrong while taking left and right. Now, two people sit between S and R. Oh, means we have to form another arrangement. While solving questions on puzzles and circular arrangements, kindly ensure that you take every possibility into account. So if this is S, two places, one, two, this is R. We can't stop here, isn't it, sir? So let me take another one here. Let us very fast indicate left and right. It really helps. Even if you know how to find out left and right, if it is there in front of you, in front of your eyes, it will be really very, very helpful. So this is S, one, two places, this is R. Because it's not given whether R is towards the left or right of S. So you will have to form two arrangements initially. One of them you might get correct. If both are correct and different, then maybe data might be inadequate. But let's go ahead. You sit second to the left of R. See, do you notice this? Do you notice this? This is left. Yeah, this is left of R. Second to the left, this is U. So second to the left, this is U. One, this is two, right? One, this is two. Cool. Only one person sits between U and P. Where? If this is U, one person sitting here, this cannot be P because this position is occupied by R. So this is where we must have P. Between U and P, there is only one person sitting. In this arrangement, it is S. And between U and P, I can't have this as P because this place is already occupied by R. So this is where we must have P. One person sitting between U and P. Three people sit between T and Q. Now, please listen to me very carefully. When there is an arrangement of eight, listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. When there are eight people sitting around a circular table, equidistant, all right, we get four pairs of people who are sitting opposite each other. Is it or not? There are four pairs of people sitting opposite each other. Okay. So those who sit opposite each other will have three people sitting between them if you count from left or from right, clockwise or anti-clockwise, either ways. All right. So 4 minus 1. Now, similarly, if there would have been six persons sitting around a circular table, you will get three pairs of persons who are sitting opposite each other. So there are three pairs. So between any two persons who are sitting opposite each other, there will be two persons sitting between them, one less than three. All right. If there are 12 persons sitting around a circular table, there will be six pairs of persons sitting opposite each other. Then those who are sitting opposite each other, how many persons will be there between them, clockwise or anti-clockwise, whichever way you go? There are six pairs. So how many persons will be sitting between these two persons sitting opposite each other? No, Subhash, how to? Yes, Stella. Yes, Rishikesh. Five. One less than six. All right. Again, if there are 10 persons, then there are five pairs. One less than five. That is four. Four persons are sitting between the two persons sitting opposite each other. So just one less. So here there are eight. Eight persons forming four pairs. One less than four. There are three who are sitting between these two persons sitting opposite each other. So, as to say, When you have this statement, three people sit between T and Q, simply T and Q are sitting opposite each other. Where can I have T and Q? Well, there is only one place, T and Q. It could be the other way around as well. Because here, if I take T or Q, it will be opposite S. This position is opposite U, isn't it? Isn't it so? What about this? How about this? Again, T or Q, Q or T. That's it. No other place to go. Now T sits adjacent to P. Wow, job done. So in this diagram, you can't have Q here. You must have P. In this diagram, you can't have Q here. It must be T sitting adjacent to P, which means this is Q, which means this is Q. Done? Lovely. Only one person sits between T and V. Well, this is T. Okay. T and V, only one person sits between T and V. If I go like this is P, this is S. That means V is two places from T. Can't have V here. This is already occupied by S. So simply I will have V here. T and V, there is one person sitting between them. That is U. Again, this is T. P, S, already occupied. So this is V. One person sits here between T and V. W sits adjacent to V. So this is where W sits. Okay. And this is V. This is R. This is U. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Watch out. This is V. Adjacent to R and U. And W sits adjacent to P. V. No, can't have this arrangement. Now you know for sure. Now you know for sure that this arrangement is incorrect. This arrangement is incorrect. So no, you will fade this out. This is gone. All right. And now you know for sure that this is the correct arrangement. Now, S and Q are neighbors. Are they? This is where Q is. This is where S is. No, they are not neighbors. U and Q are neighbors. R and Q are neighbors. U sits to the immediate left of S. Well, U sits to the immediate right of S, as you can see. Incorrect. T is an immediate neighbor of both P and W. T, this is where we have T, immediate neighbor of P and W. Yes. So C is correct. So even if it takes 2 to 3 minutes, I'm telling you, even if it takes 2 to 3 minutes, go ahead and attempt it. If you have solved questions on circular arrangements, you would be able to solve it within 2 minutes. Makes sense. There are going to be some questions which you will solve within 1 minute. That is where you will save time, and this is where you will allot that particular time, isn't it so? All right. So how are we placed here? All right. So this is what? This is 20th. This was 20th. You people are not helping me enough. So this was what? 19th attempt. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yes. Now you are. Now you are attempting. So this was the 19th attempt. So next one is 20th. Yes, I am going to attempt these. Yes, yes, yes. Wait, wait, wait. What is the speed of train X? Okay, we will see this. No, 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 Malhotra. Oh, yes. This is our 20th attempt. See? Easily you have found out 20 questions. All right. So even in initial 40 minutes, you should be able to solve these 20 questions. Trust me, you will be in a position to solve these 20. So how many times are the hands of a clock at right angle in the March month of a year? If you remember, I gave you a table, right? Angle between the two hands, 12 hours, 24 hours. So 0 degree or 180 degrees angle, you know, and any other angle, okay, less than 90 degrees or up to 90 degrees. Let us say 90 degrees, 45 degrees, 62 degrees, 74 degrees, any other angle. Okay, so now please know this if you don't, that this 0 degree or 180-degree angle will be formed 11 times in 12 hours, that is 22 times in 24 hours, which means that 90-degree angle, right? Right angle is what? 90 degrees, right? This is formed 22 times in 12 hours, which means 44 times in 24 hours. And what is 24 hours? It's equal to a day. In a day, we have 24 hours, right? March month has how many days? 31 days. And on each day, 90 degrees is made 44 times. Simple question. So 44 ones are 44, 4 carry over, 44 threes are 43s are is 120. So again, 4 threes are 12. So 132 and another 4 here. So 136 we have 1364. Choice B as the answer. No, Gitanjali, not 1244. Get your calculations correct. Yes, you are helping Subhash very much. Thanks. All good. 20 questions attempted. Moving on to 21st. So you should have taken this up. Delhi Metro or a Bob. This seems to be quite long, is it? Later. Let us first of all get a good grip over this, no? Seems to be long. Okay. Latter. Let us have a look at the complete paper. All RCs here, no? Okay, good. Sheila distributes 180 apples. So maths. Let's move ahead. Annual budget. Okay. You might have to move a little bit further, right? Seems to be good. Each family in a locality. Let's have a look at this. Has at most two adults. What is the meaning of at most? Type. What is the meaning of at most? It means maximum. When it says maximum two, what are the possibilities that can arise? Zero, one, or two. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Absolutely yes, Subhash. Good. You're helping me. Yes, Chandan. Yes, Purva. Yes. Lovely. Not more than two. Nazla, yes. You can say that as well. So no family has fewer than three children. That means each family has at least three children. So the number of children here must be greater than or equal to three. All right. They don't have less than three. So minimum three are there. Considering all the families together, there are more adults than the number of boys. So number of adults is more than the number of boys. More boys than the number of girls. The number of boys is more than the number of girls. And more girls than the number of families. So the number of girls is more than the number of families. That's what we have here. Okay. So he says find the minimum possible number of families in the locality. All right, we will make use of choices. Whenever you have to find out a value, please listen to me carefully. Whenever you're supposed to find out a value, that value is given amongst the choices. Make use of the choices. Make use of the choices, please. Okay. Let us assume there are two families, and each family can have zero, one, or two maximum number of adults. So maximum number of adults will be how much? You can take two per family, so maybe four adults. Okay, which is greater than the number of boys. So number of boys will become, let us say, let's try and minimize three. Number of girls is two. Oh ho, this becomes equal. Whereas number of girls should be greater than family. I can't take less than four adults. No, if I take three adults here, that will be greater than two, which is greater than one, which cannot be greater than two. So it does not work out by taking the number of families here as two. Let's take the number of families, try out the next choice as three. In three families, let us say each family has two adults. So there will be six adults. Okay, then we can have five boys and then we can have four girls. Yes, job done. Six is greater than five, is greater than four, is greater than three. We get an arrangement which follows the given instructions. Simply, choice B is the correct answer. This was the 22nd attempt. Am I correct? 21st, is it? Oh. Oh, all right. You people will not allow me to cheat also, huh? Keeping an eye on me. What Ray? 21st. Got. No, no, Sumit, you cannot. Sumit, you cannot. More than three children, anyhow, you're taking here. 3 plus 2. Okay. Here, it is exactly 3. All right. Here, again, more than 3 you're taking here. 5 and 4. 9. Boys and girls are children only. So 21 attempts done. Age of Justin. Oh, long statements, huh? Let us first of all have a look at the questions. Oh, another question on clocks. At what time approximately between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock? So our value is given. Will the minute hand and hour hand of the clock be opposite each other? Means at 180 degrees. This is how they are opposite each other, right? The way they are at 6 o'clock. That is exactly the way 180 degrees get formed. So do it. Theta is equal to 30h minus 11 by 2m. Simple formula. So 180 is equal to 30 into 8 minus 11 by 2m. So 11 by 2m is equal to 240 minus 180, which is nowadays 60. So m here is 60 into 2 by 11, that is 120 by 11, which works out to be 10, 10 by 11. All right. So the timing here is 8, 10, 10 by 11. Okay. Whereas here, you are given two timings, 8, 10, 8, 10, 54. It can't be 8, 10. It can't be 820, can't be 810 27, which is less than half also. This is more than half. No, no need to calculate. No need to calculate, but this is very near to 11 by 11. 10 by 11 is very near to 11 by 11, isn't it? So this must be the answer. If you really want to calculate, then 10 by 11 into 60 is what you would do. Okay, so this is nearly 54 seconds. That's how it is. Yeah, Lipika, tell me, where do you have a doubt? I just made use of choices. First, we tried by taking the number of families as 2. It did not work out. So then the second choice had number of families as 3. So we tried taking the number of families as 3. True, Ankur. It could be 5 also. Lovely. In that case, if this is 3, this is 5. Okay. Then this will be greater than 4. This will be greater than 3. 3 cannot be greater than 3. It doesn't fit in, no? So that is why this is the only arrangement which fits in, no? I can minimize the number of families to 3. How adults can be 436? See, these are incorrect arrangements. This is the correct arrangement. This is again incorrect. If I take the number of adults as 4, it is 4322. 2 and 2. These two cannot be equal. No. Number of girls is greater than families. Number of girls is greater than the number of families. They cannot be equal. They cannot be equal. So that is why I can't take number of adults as 4. And further, if I reduce it to 3, anyhow, I don't get an arrangement because the number of girls will then become 1. Huh? Which is not greater than 2, which is lesser than 2. All right. So when I take the number of families as 3, if I take the number of adults as 5, doesn't work out. 5, then let us say just one less than that will be the number of boys. We are assuming it to be 4. Number of girls, we assume one less than boys. 3. Again, 3 is not greater than 3. It is equal. It should have been greater. So it does not work out with 5. So I am assuming that in every family there must be 2 adults because we are allowed to assume 2 adults per family. That is a maximum. Then I get the figure as 6. 6 adults. One less than that, I take as the number of boys. 5. One less than that, I take the number of girls. That is 4. One less than that, I take the number of families as 3. Works out. Works out. This arrangement works out. Isn't it so? So maybe you may or may not attempt this. In your attempt, you need not count it. That's all right. Okay. So this was what? 22nd attempt, right? Move ahead, move ahead, move ahead. What is this? Aha, this is based on data interpretation. A simple question. It seems like a degree distribution of the sales by value for all the different models of cars of Doris Maraj, Morris Garage, for the year 2010. You have 21.6, 32.4, 54. This is 108. You must add them up, just to know this, that whether this works out to be 360 degrees or not. Bonnet is 54. Zoltos 108. Lamzi 126. Hybrid 18. So this is 0. So 1 and 1, 2, 4. This is what, 54, right? 8 to the 16, 22. This is what, 30, right? So 3. And to 5, 8, and another 5, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 1 here. Okay, so 3. Yes, it works out to be 360 degrees. Great. What does he want? Total sales of the two models that had the highest total sales. So which two will represent the highest total sales? Please tell me. Oh, oh, oh. What was this? 32.4, then 54. This is 108 and 126. Okay, I was trying to make use of the marker here. So highest sales, these two. So 108 and 126, they consume the maximum portion of this pie chart, isn't it so? Maximum degrees. So the maximum degrees have been allotted to these two cars, which works out to be 34, 234. So now he wants this in percentage. So simply this 234 is what percent of 360? That's what you got to calculate. We will do the cutting. Okay, goes by 9, goes by 9, goes by 18 as well, isn't it so? So 18 ones are 18, so 54. 18 threes are 54. Okay, by 18 twos are 36. Correct? I'm cancelling this. Yes. So this becomes 130 by 2, which is nothing but 65%. This was cool. Should have. Now, this was 22nd attempt or 23rd attempt? This was 23rd attempt. Wonderful. So we have already attempted 23 questions. All right. Let's move ahead. Hey, come on. What is this? This is very simple. How many three-digit even numbers? Three-digit even numbers. What digits would be there at the units place for an even number? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. Such that if one of the digits is 5, then the following digit must be 7. But this is the only way we can have it. Is it or not? 5 is followed by 7. So here we have 5 choices. Yes, over. What Ray? 570, 572, 574, 576, 578. Why should you confuse the meaning at all? Take the simple, straight meaning of whatever is given to you here. So this, I think, was the 24th attempt. Am I right? All right, lovely. Very simple question. Anoop's ATM password. Wow, if we can find that. Lovely. He only remembers that there are exactly two fours in the password. How many attempts does one need to later? Later. What else is there? Let us see first of all. How many triangles can be drawn from 11 points if exactly 5 of these points are lying in a straight line? Okay. Uh, may I know how many points are required to form a triangle? Please tell me. How many points are required to form a triangle? Lovely. And how many points are available to us? So these 3 points, which will form a triangle, can be selected in 11C3, 11C3 possible ways. All right. So that is nothing but uh-huh. That is 11 into 10 into 9 by 3 into 2 into 1, if you insist. Okay. So 3 takes this 9 by 3, this takes by 5. So 11 into 15, 165. Hold it. Not the answer. But you know that exactly 5 of these points are lying in a straight line. So if there are 5 points lying in a straight line, these 5 points cannot make any triangles amongst themselves. Can you make any triangles amongst these 5 points? You can't. They are in a straight line. You can't form a triangle. For a triangle. You can have maybe only 2 in a straight line, and the third one maybe astray from these 2 points. So that means from these 5 points, from 5 points that we have considered, we consider that we can form triangles from these 5 points also. So those many triangles we have included extra in 11C3, isn't it so? So that is 5 into 4 by 2. Okay, so that is 10. So these 10 we have taken extra. So 155 triangles can be formed. That's it. Yes, 5 bundle as one. Correct, Subhash. No, Arun, not required. 11C3, you don't need the formula. You just need to know this, that this 3 here at the bottom indicates the number of numbers that should come at the top. This is 3, so only 3 numbers can appear at the top. 11, 10, and 9. That's it. You want full formula, is it? Okay. 11 factorial by 3 factorial. 11 minus 3, 8 factorial. So this is 11 into 10 into 9 into 8 factorial by 3 factorial into 8 factorial. Okay, let's keep working hard. 8 factorial cancels. 3 factorial is 3 into 2 into 1. 3, 3, then 2, 5. All good? All right. Reduce your work. So this was what? 23rd or 20? This was 25th attempt. Lovely. Have attempted 25 questions so far. All right. Ha ha ha. A very simple question based on a question which appeared in CSAT 2022. So 15 men and 20 women can do a piece of work in 40 days. In how many days can 15 women and 20 men, 15 women and 20 men do the same piece of work? How do we know? Do we have do we have uh, any other information about the efficiencies of men and women? Maybe one man's work is equal to 2 women's work. Maybe it is the other way around. One woman's work may be equal to 3 men's work. No relation. See, when we have 2 variables, to solve 2 variables, you require 2 equations. So 2 variables means 2 equations required. You have only one equation and no other relation. So quite simple. 25th, this was 26th. Thanks. See, we have left so many questions and we have moved forward and we have tried certain questions which are within our purview. Is it or not? So first, what did we do? We shook hands with all those questions which appeal to us or which we could recognize or which we are acquainted with, somehow based on certain topics. Aha. Seems to be difficult, is it? Well, very simple. You just tell me one thing. What is the divisibility rule for 8? When do you say a number is divisible by 8? No, my dear, it is not last 4 digits. Yes, correct. Very good. When the last 3 digits, whatever the number they form, it is divisible by 8 or are 3 zeros. Correct? So let's add them up and see what do you get. Okay, so what you need here is a 7, double 7, triple 7, triple 7, अरे triple 7, triple 7. A simple question which is based on addition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 6 are 42. So 4 carry over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 5s are 35 plus 4, 39. So 3 carry over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 4s are 28 plus 3. How much is it nowadays? 31. So what do you need? What do you basically need? Please tell me. What do you require? You basically require the last three digits. Ignore everything else. You just need the last three digits, right? So 192 when divided by 8, 2s are 16, 32. 32 is divisible, correct? So what is the remainder you get here? 0. So none of these should be your answer because 0 is the remainder. Yes, you like it, Subhash? Yes. So this was the 27th attempt. So you don't have to use any formulas or any gimmicks. Use your common sense. That's it. And you will be able to solve most of the questions. Trust me. You don't have to complicate them with any formulas and all. Wow. This seems to be quite simple one. See, 5, 12, and 13 are what? They are Pythagorean triplets as well. So the sides of a triangle are 5, 12, 13. Rectangle is constructed. What is constructed? Rectangle. Equal in area to the triangle and has a width of 10 units. So that means area of triangle is equal to area of rectangle. What is the area of a triangle? Half into base into height. Okay, what is the area of a rectangle? Length into breadth. Base into height are given to you because 5, 5, 12, 13. This is how it is because you know this is a Pythagorean triplet. Well, I teach these. The most widely used are 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13 as indicated here, 8, 15, 17, 20, 21, 29. Well, there are more also, but these have been widely used. In this particular paper, you have seen two triplets. The first one was Rohit and Shobhit, 3, 4, 5 directions question. Then in this also, 5, 12, 13. All right, so they're quite popular ones. So half into 5 into 12, I would say. So goes, this is 6, is equal to 10 into length. Okay, let me write it the other way around. Breadth is given to you, right? Length into 10. So can we cancel these? This is a 30, no? So length anyhow is what? 3 units. Now, what is the perimeter of the rectangle? You know the perimeter of the rectangle is what? This is length, this is breadth. So it is 2L plus 2B or 2 times L plus B. That is 10 plus 3, 2 times. So 13 into 2. A very, very damn simple question. So none of these. 26 should be the answer. Correct? I think you should have attempted this question. Okay, tell me how many of you actually attempted this question? Whether you got it correct or incorrect, that doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter. What matters is, did you actually reach to this question, reach out to this question, or you never were able to reach to this question? Because it would be very, you attempted. Wonderful, wonderful, very good. Should have. Okay. So how many attempts are these now? I'm good, Nitesh. How are you doing? This was the 28th attempt. Quite easily. Percentages you should never leave out. You must attempt questions on percentages. So 25% of a smaller number. Let the smaller number be x. So what is 25% of a smaller number? It is 0.25. Okay. X is 4 less than. So is equal to 4 less than 40% of larger number. Let the larger number be y. So 40% of y. 25% is 0.25. You are aware of this? 25% is 0.25. 40% is zero point 0.4. Okay, let's resolve this first of all. So this is zero point 0.4y minus 0.25, which is equal to 4. Yep. Sum of two numbers is 23. So that is y plus, this is y plus, this is x. Sum of these two numbers is 23. Well, can I improve upon this, please? Can I rewrite this by multiplying these numbers on the left hand side and on the right hand side by 100? So this is what? 40y minus 25x is equal to 400. Can we do this? Why not? Why not? Now all these numbers are divisible by 5, right? 40, 25, 400. Each of these numbers is divisible by 5. So 5 8s are, 5 5s are, huh? And 5 8s are. Cool. So just to balance these equations, what should we be doing? So y we should multiply with what? We should multiply it with 8. Just a minute. Okay, so 8, 8, 8 3s are, remove this, 24. So 2, 8 2s are 16. All right, so 18, 184. Take this up, gone. Change the symbols. So this is what? Minus 13x. Okay, 184 minus 80. So this is what? Minus 104. If you remember the table of 13, you will be able to recognize x is equal to 8. So value of the smaller number is 8. Simple equations. This is what this is based on. A very simple question. Should have attempted. So 26th or 27th? Oh, 29th we have attempted. Wonderful. Not bad. Number series. Oh, we had a question on number series also. Hidden somewhere in the last few pages. All right. You must reach out to such questions. And this is how this is going to happen. Flip through the pages. Be very lenient in skipping questions. Unless you are sure that I know how to solve this question, I recognize this particular type or pattern that the question is based on, or concept that the question is based on, keep on flipping through the pages. Okay. You don't have to worry a bit. All right. 4, 18, 48, 100. This is 294 and this is 448. Well, a careful look actually should suggest to you, you know, uh, that if you compare them with nearest cube and squares, then you would know that this is 8 cube minus 8 square. This is 7 cube minus 7 square. You need practice. 5 cube minus 5 square. See, just memorize 100. What is 100? In which all ways can 100 be expressed? Well, this is 10 square. So this is already a square, n square. When you compare it with the nearest cube, which is the nearest cube? 125. What is the difference? 25. What is this? Well, this is 5 cube minus 5 square. That is of the order n cube minus n square. Also 100, you should remember that this also happens to be 64 plus 36. It might be useful to you sometime. That is 8 square plus 6 square. Don't forget about that. Okay. So here, the moment 100 appears, try out all these types. Is it a square? Well, it is not occurring here as a square because none of the other numbers are squares. Well, is it a 5 cube minus 5 square? Well, find that out. Yes, yes, yes. This is 4 cube minus 4 square. That is 64 minus 16. 18, again, 18 is another number I want you to remember. Okay, what is 18? Well, 18, if you compare with the nearest square, it is 16. So it is 16 plus 2. Yes or no? So this can be written actually as 4 square plus 4 by 2. That is of the order n square plus n by 2. This is one of the ways of expressing number 18. Another way of writing this is 27 minus 9. That is 3 cube minus 3 square. That is n cube minus n square, the way it is occurring here. Another way of doing this is again 27 minus 9, but this time this is 3 cube minus 3 into 3. That is n cube minus 3n. All right. And this is 2 cube minus 2 square. 2 cube is 8. 8 minus 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. What's missing? 6. 6 cube minus 6 square. 6 cube is 216. All right. If you don't remember your squares and cubes, you're not preparing for UPSC examination. You're not preparing for any entrance examination. You're not eligible. Okay. And if you keep on postponing, then please take up a 5 years crash course. All right. So 180 is what we get here. Done. Lovely. How many? 30. This was the 30th attempt. I'm still at 69. So some more questions to go. Aha, percentage. I told you, never ever leave out questions on percentages. Okay. They're again your lifesaver. In a college of 2000 students, so total number of students here happen to be 2000. An election is conducted to choose the president of the college among Amit and Arun. On the day of the election, 15% of the students were absent. So how many were absent? 15%. So obviously you will subtract 15% of 2000, which is 300. 15 twos are 30. How much remains? 1700. So 1700 voted because 15% were absent and 10% votes were invalid. So how many votes were invalid? 10%. 10% of 1700 votes, isn't it so? So that is minus 170. So 1530 valid votes we had. If Amit wins the election by 230 votes, find the number of votes secured by Arun. What do you have to find out? You have to find out the number of votes secured by Arun. Whatever you have to find out in maths, you always take it as X. All right. So simply let this be X. So Arun, let us say, got X votes. Amit got 230 votes more than Arun because he won the election by 230 votes. So X plus 230 should be equal to total number of votes. That is 1530. These are the votes secured by Arun, and these are the votes secured by Amit. Is this clear? Okay. So what we get here is a 2x is equal to 1530 minus 230, which is 1300 nowadays. So x here is 650. That is Arun. Arun is what we were supposed to find out. Choice A. Got it? So 31, I believe. 31. All right. So this was the 30th attempt. Okay. Or 31st. Which one was it? Next is 31. Next is 31, is it? Okay. Yeah, this was the 30th attempt. You're misguiding me. Huh? All cheaters. You're a cheater. I am a teacher. Okay, 31st attempt. All righty then. Come on, guys. Let's do this. A three-digit number with only odd digits. Exactly two of the digits are equal. The number is divisible by lambda later. I'm sorry. Later. Go. Po. Difference between a two-digit number and the sum of its digit is always divisible by. Simple, no? Two-digit number, how do we represent? 10x plus y. Sum of its digits, how do you represent? X plus y. Yes? And you need to find out the difference between the two. Okay, let's do this. This is 10x plus y minus x minus y plus y minus y cancels. So 10x minus x is 9x. So it will always be divisible by 9. Cool. Always. Okay, a simple question. So this was what, 32nd attempt? I remember now. Thanks, Mridvika. Now we have 73rd. Oh, well, you should have done that. I know some people confuse this, right? Okay, if A and B are odd integers, a number. Not jump a number? Subhash is doing a good job in confusing me, I believe. Let me go a little back. 26, 27, this is 28th, this is 29th, 30th, 31st, my dear friend. So, 32nd, we are doing good. Subhash, counting problem you're suffering with. Okay. So, every day, morning, evening, after breakfast and dinner, 10 times recite numbers from 1 to 100. Okay. So A and B are odd integers, while C and D are even integers. Okay, lovely. Then which one of the following is false? Okay, AC plus BD is even. So simple fundamentals you have here. See, odd into odd should give you an odd. Well, take examples, Ray. See, 3 into 5 is 15. Let me just use different colors here. Okay, I'll do that later. Then odd into even is even. Then even into even is even. Cool. So odd into odd, 3 into 5 is 15. Correct? Odd into even, 3 into 4 is 12. Even. Even into even, 4 into 6 is 24. Yep. Okay. Let's talk about additions here because you people tend to confuse these things at times. Odd plus odd will always be even. Please know this. Okay. Odd plus or minus even will always be odd. Please know this. Okay. And even plus minus odd is always even, and even plus minus even will always be even. That's it. Okay, you take few examples if you wish to. Okay, you take 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. All right, or 5 minus 3 also you can take it as 2. Odd plus even. All right, so let us say uh, 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 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. 5 minus 4 is also 1. Either ways, even. So 6 plus 4 is 10. 6 minus 4 is 2. Even that is even. So simply AC is what? It is odd into even plus BD odd into even. Okay. So odd into even, you get even, and even plus even, again you get even. Yes, this is true. What is it that we require? We require the one which is false. So see, what kind of a question is this? It is just checking your basic concepts, the clarity of thought and concept when it comes to basics. That is CSAT. All right. So you do get such kind of questions. So not an issue. What is ABC? Well, A and B, are odd. So odd plus odd plus even. Okay. This into what is AC? This is odd plus even. Okay. Let's do this. Odd plus odd is even. Even plus even is again even. Even plus even is even. Odd plus even is odd. So this is anyhow going to be even. Perfect. Yes, even this is right. So because these two are true, they're not our answers. Funny. A minus C. What is that? Odd minus even. Odd minus even. What do you get? Odd. B minus C. Odd minus even. All right. So again, odd into odd is odd. Even this is true. Okay. So neither A, B, C is your answer, so D is your answer by default. But you're always scared, frightened. You always think that you might have committed an error while checking for choices A, B, and C. So let us check for choice D as well. All right. So no load. A plus D. What is that? Odd plus even. B minus C. That is odd minus even. All right. Odd plus even is odd. Odd minus even is odd. Odd into odd is always odd. What is given? Even. Oh, incorrect. False. That is why this is our answer. So how many? This was 32nd. Subhash, bad. This was 33rd. I've already given you a task. No, 33rd over. 333 over. Leave this. Anyhow, the answers were incorrect. So the correct answer here is, I think, 23 is to 9, something like that. All right. So you can just ignore this question if you have attempted it. All right. Oh, this is a question that I have taught in my sessions as well. Okay. This is another easy question. See how you reach there. So this is what? Your 34th attempt? 33rd. So this happens to be your, let me just first of all note it down, 34th attempt. So you need, what you basically require is 2 raised to x into y. You require the value of x. So just write down all the even numbers because they would consist of powers of 2 as a factor. So 20, and then you have, let me not put multiplication side, not required. 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. These are the even numbers, isn't it so? So what is 20? Just factorize these, no? 4 into 5, yeah? So this is basically 2 square into 5. So how many 2's do we have here? See, the power of 2. Powers of 2. How many do we have here? 2 powers. 18 is what? 2 into 9. So how many powers of 2 we have? 1, only 1 power, right? Correct. So total powers 3. 16 is 2 power 4. So how many powers of 2 do we have here? 4. So that makes it 7 in total. 14 is 2 into 7. So only 1 power of 2 makes it 8. 12 is again 4 into 3. That is 2 square into 3. So 2 powers of 2. See? Yes? Makes it 10. 10 is what? 2 into 5. So only 1 power. 11. 8 is what? 2 cube. So 3 powers. So 14 here. 6 is what? 2 into 3. So 1 power. So makes it 15. 4 is what? 2 square. So 2 powers. So makes it 17. 2 is 1 power only, no? 2 power 1. Huh? Makes it 18. Job done. C. Yes, Chandan, correct. So alternatively, you could have divided this. That's what you could have done by 2 everyone time. So simply you could have found out locally without even knowing a process. Okay. Because such kind of a question was asked in 2022. And I think I have discussed this in my class as well. At least one vowel and one consonant. Oh ho ho. ये क्या बात है? Kamal has a coin, tosses it. Oh ho ho. Huh. P is a prime number. How many values of P 167 minus P square is are at? Let me just look at the last question now. AB square is C D hata 7 ki hata. Average, last question. Aha. This is the easiest of all. Hidden on the last page. Given as the last question. Okay. So you must reach out to such questions first. So average number of runs scored by Rohit in 5 matches is 73. So total runs scored by Rohit in 73 matches shall be how much? Huh? Oh ho ho. Sorry, 5 matches. My bad. 5 matches. Is 5 into 73? 5 threes are 15, 7 fives are 35, 36, 365. He scored 67 runs in the sixth match. All right. So total runs, okay, now scored in 6 matches shall be 365 in 5 matches plus another score of 67. right? So 432. Find the overall average. So what? 432 divided by 6. That is all that you need to do. 4 sevens are 6 sevens are 42. 12. C should be the answer. Simple, simple little star. Very easy. Very true. So what was this? 34th, I believe so. Or you want me to go back? 35th. Lovely. Ah. Now, did you just look at the way I attempted? I left so many questions. I left so many passages. Yet we managed 35 attempts. We just picked up the small passages which came on our way. All right. So 35 attempts you can make very easily if you reach till the last question. All right. Now, what is our job? All right. So now, if you see this, the class when it started at let us say 5 o'clock, we were online, and then 5:03, 5:04, 5:05, or 5:06 is when I had started. So it has been 1 hour 50 minutes. And in our 1 hour 50 minutes, 35 questions we have already attempted, wherein I was giving you the solution. Okay. So that is why it was taking more time. So that means during the examinations, if at all you would have attempted these 35 questions, it should not have taken you more than, I believe, 1 hour and 20 minutes. Okay. Be it 1.5 hours. I don't mind that. 35 attempts, 1.5 hours. You're still left with half an hour. Okay. Now, let us choose from, certain questions that we had left. It would really benefit you if at all you could have a look at certain RC passages here. Okay. They're short ones. This is again a short one, but we cannot begin with an RC in the examination. Now, what should be the first thing that you should do? Well, first you should read out the question. What is it? Which of the following claims, if true, which of the following claims, if true, would support the previously stated thesis? So there is a thesis which has been stated here, and one out of these four choices should give you an argument which is in support of that thesis, all right? Which basically substantiates that particular thesis. Okay. Now, vegetarians claim that more and more people should switch to a vegetarian diet. So vegetarians are claiming that more and more people should switch on to vegetarian diet because eating meat is bad for your health. So they're saying eating meat is bad for your health. Also, it consumes resources, destroys forests, and pollutes the environment. Since there are numerous non-animal food sources, they frequently claim that slaughtering animals for food is cruel and immoral. Okay. So you want something to support these vegetarian guys, all right, who are against non-vegetarians. A says for 2.3 million years, 23 lakh years, eating meat and vegetables has been a crucial component of human evolution. Huh? Don't use your worldly wisdom. Just go by whatever is given to you in the passage and in the choices. First of all, first of all, is it in support of this thesis? Is it in support of the fact that one should become vegetarian? He's saying that you know meat and vegetables, eating these have been crucial component. So both are equally important. Well, the passage is advocating for a person becoming vegetarian and leaving non-veg. So A is not in support. Consuming meat is a normal part of the cycle of life. It is neither cruel nor unethical, directly against whatever is being said in the passage because it says it is cruel and immoral. And this one is saying, no, it is not cruel. Cow, cow. The immunological and nervous systems must have adequate amounts of heart healthful saturated fats, which vegetarian diets lack. Again, it is against vegetarians. C also is gone. In comparison to consuming meat, a vegetarian diet is healthier and offers complete nutrients. This statement is in support of the argument given by the author. that one should switch on to vegetarian diet. Why? Because in comparison to consuming meat, it is healthier and it offers complete nutrients. So this is in support. All right, and that's exactly what we want. So D here should be the answer. This was our 36th attempt. Are we clear? Yeah, it does favor. Yes, very true. It favors. Okay. Seems to be interesting. In fact, the passages in this particular paper, they were quite simple, very straight ones and simple ones. And it is a more than the passage, the choices are quite simple. Seldom you would get a question. I mean, you would come across a passage with choices wherein there would be two choices which are very close to each other. You can use elimination process. You can keep on eliminating choices one after the other. Even if you reach, you are able to eliminate two choices and you're left with two choices. That means 50-50% is a wonderful chance. And if you really can't decide between the two choices that you're left with, go ahead, take a chance. Heads B, tails C. Take a chance. Don't waste your time just staring at them as if a glow will come and it will tell you B, 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 B. It won't. So it says now, unlike many of the neighbors, all right, what is the question? Which of the following, if true, again, would strengthen the argument made by the author? So author here is giving here uh, an argument, right? So basically, you need something again in support of the argument. So unlike many of its neighbors, including the UAE, Dubai's wealth is not built on oil. It is not built on oil. In fact, only 1% of the city's GDP comes from hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons, oils. Not long after oil was first discovered in the Emirate in 1960s, its ruler, Rashid bin Said Al Maktoum, decided that the Emirates economy should not rely on it as exclusively. Instead, he pushed Dubai to become a center for global business based on its favorable geographical position and its pro market orientation. So, global business. The city's planners the city planners lived by the credo, if you build it, they will come. Okay. So, supportive argument is what you need. Oil has been a continual source of wealth for Dubai and its neighboring countries. Well, continuous source of wealth for Dubai? No, only 1% comes of the GDP comes from selling oil. So, not done. While 60% of Dubai's GDP is dependent on tourism, well, yes, this is in support because basically, if you summarize the passage says that Dubai's GDP is not dependent on selling oil, unlike its other neighbors, all right, whose GDP is dependent on selling oil. So here it says that 60% of Dubai's GDP is dependent on tourism. If this is true, well, this supports the argument of given by the author here. So B here shall be the correct answer. Why not C? Oil has been a reason for conflicts between many countries. Conflicts? Where does it talk about conflicts? Dubai wants to be a global leader in business. Well, it does not want to be, but basically, it does not show this actually. Even if he wants to become a global leader in business, what kind of business? Basically, no, it does not clarify. So, out of B and D, also, if at all you have to choose, B is more supportive. It is giving you a clear statistics, and any choice which gives you statistics, to substantiate or support the argument as given by the author, that should be the preferred choice. All right. So B here would be the correct answer. Kitna ho gaya bhai? That was the 37th attempt. All right. So Sumit, we just discussed that. Maldives has much more to offer than just beaches and dives. Okay, which are the following information about the Maldives guide? Will weaken. Okay, weaken means does not support. Okay. So in opposition, not in support. It is against. Okay. Will weaken the intended impact of the book. Okay, some book he's talking about. Which book is that? This is where I have the Maldives guide. All right, just let's have a quick look over this. Far stretched white sandy beaches flanking the turquoise blue Indian Ocean, stilted waterside villas, a romantic candlelit dinner with a glass of champagne at the gazebo. Maldives is all about luxury and the tryst with nature. Often called the Manhattan of the Indian Ocean, the metropolis charm of the Ho Chi Minh Island blends perfectly with the tropical charm, and that is one of the best reasons to visit Maldives. But sadly, tourists rarely stray off the popular sites. So that means tourists stick to the popular sites. They choose to remain on or visit popular sites. They don't stray off or don't get away from them. The Maldives guide. Okay, now this is where I would like to use a pointer. In fact, the Maldives Guide is a book that encourages the visitors to visit the less well known spots of Maldives. So, stop. Okay, all right. It urges tourists to discover the underwater museum in the Mala city. All right. Now, the last two statements is what we are concerned about. What does Maldives Guide actually surmises? It says that it encourages the visitors to visit the less well known, less visited spots, less popular spots of Maldives. When it urges people to visit less well known spots, it must be giving a description of these as well. I mean, what is the use of just telling कि वहां पर जाओ? अच्छा है. It is good. In what way? So the book basically should guide people to all these less well known places by telling or giving a description of these places, all right, which would enthuse the tourists to pay a visit to such kind of less well known places, all right. Now he says the greatest attraction of Maldives, hold on, the greatest attraction of Maldives that sets it apart from other places is its beaches. Will that weaken the Maldives guide? It does not talk about it does not talk about the gist of the Maldives guidebook. All right, that is encouraging people to visit less well known places. So A is out, anyhow. It is out of context. Maldives guide does not give a detailed account of the location of the lesser known tourist spots of Maldives and Malay. Yes. If it is not giving a detailed account of the location of the lesser known tourist spots of Maldives and Malay, then what is the use of telling the tourists or the readers to visit such places? So obviously its impact will fizzle out, it will be lessened, okay, because this is directly in opposition, it will weaken. Why not say an increasing number of youngsters are opting for adventures and undiscovered areas? How would that weaken the impact of the Maldives guide book? It does not affect the book because the book is not talking about youngsters and adventures and kind of a thing. Maldives has many more visitors than just newly married couples. So again, I mean, it is out of context. We are talking about Maldives guide. It doesn't. So the choices here were quite simple ones to eliminate. Very simple. So B here would be the correct answer. Where are we? We are at 38th. Yes, this was the 38th attempt. See, having attempted 35 questions, you would really feel very comfortable. Okay. All right. So if you really intend to attempt this question, well, I would be a little skeptical how many four-digit numbers divisible by 4 can be made with the digits 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 if a repetition of digits is allowed. Okay. If you really want to ponder over it, well, let's play. But I, for one, if I am attempting the CSAT examination, this particular paper, I will not attempt it. Not that I know what to do or I don't know what to do, but because it would be a little bit more complex. Maybe, I will give a second review to the questions that I have left. And then again, I will pick up those questions which appeal to me the most. And then maybe in my third review, I might select this question. Okay. So you should know that a question seems complex. If it gives you that particular feeling of, discomfort, it is an indication. Please move ahead. Anyhow, so how many four-digit numbers? One, two, three, four can be made with the digits 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8, all even digits. Okay, repetition of digits is allowed. Divisible by 4. See, if a number is supposed to be divisible by 4, the last two digits will be 0, 0, 0, 4, right? Can't be 0, 2, can't be 0, 6. It can be 0, 8. Yep. Now, can I have a number like 20, 20? Then can we have 22? No. 24. Last two digits, last two digits, last two digits we are talking about, right? We can have a 28 because that is divisible by 4. Okay. Then can we have 4, 40 we can have, 44 we can have, 48 we can have. All right, 60 we can have, 64 we can have, 68 we can have, 80 we can have, 84 we can have, 88 we can have. So with each of these 5 digits, we can have, three numbers. So in total, these are 15 numbers. Do you agree? Or you want me to count this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Job done. So here I can have, 15. I have 15 choices to make. These are the 15 choices that I can make here. Okay. Now, you know that we cannot have 0 at this place. So we are left with only 2, 4, 6, and 8. See, repetition of digits is allowed, but you can't have 0 at this place. So out of these 5 digits, you have only 4 choices, 4 digits to choose from. Either 2 will come here, or 4 will come here, or 6 or 8 will occupy this position. Okay. Then what else is there? These are 5 digits. So any one of these 5 digits can occupy this place. The repetition is allowed, no? So that is not an issue. For these two, you have 15. So it is 20 into 15, a straight 300. Choice C. Hey, where are we? Which number of attempt is this? 39th. Wonderful. All right. So let's move ahead. We did this. Wonderful, wonderful. We have attempted these. Okay. Let's see. Vinay purchased some products from a shop amounting to rupees 90. If Vinay wants to pay the bill using exactly 22 coins, rupee 1, rupee 2, and rupees 5, such that at least one coin of each denomination is used. So he will give at least 1 rupee, at least 1 rupee 1 coin, at least 1 rupee 2 coin, and at least 1 rupee 5 coin. Okay. He cannot make the complete payment in rupee 1 coins. He can't make the complete payment in rupees 2 coins. He can't make the complete payment in rupees 5 coins. Then in how many ways can he pay the bill? All right. All right. So let's do one thing. So let the number of rupee 1 coins that he makes payment with be X, and let the number of rupees 2 coins be Y. Okay. Now you know that the total number of coins here are 22. Okay. Then the number of rupees 5 coins will be how much? 22 minus X minus Y. Am I right? Just tell me. Did you understand this up to here? A is yes, B is no. Just tell me. I'm giving you a poll. No, Subhash, it is not more than 2 ways. 70% have understood. All right. Array, x plus y. I mean, rupee 1 coins are x in number. Rupee 2 coins are y in number. So the remaining rupees 5 coins will be 22 coins minus rupee 1 coins and minus rupee 2 coins. The number of rupee 1 coins and the number of rupee 2 coins. That would give you the number of rupee 5 coins. Okay. Anyhow, so what is this? So you know that the amount will be nothing but it will be equal to 1 rupee into x number of coins plus 2 rupees into y number of coins plus 5 rupees into 22 minus x minus y, these many number of coins shall give you a figure that is 90, which will be the total bill which is supposed to be paid. Correct? Okay, resolve this, not an issue. X plus y plus, just resolve this, 110 minus 5x minus 5y is equal to 90. Okay, what is this? This is minus 5x and this is x. So this becomes minus 4x. Minus 5y and this is y. So minus 4y. Is it or not? 110 minus 90 should be 20. Yes. So 4x plus 4y should be equal to 20. Okay. Let me change colors here. So this means 4 times x plus y is equal to 20. So this means x plus y here must be equal to 5. Just let me just have a look here. Yes, there are 22 coins. Only 22 coins, sir. That is it. Okay, so from this you get x plus y here as 20. Okay, which means this 5 rupees coins here must be 22. So there is only two. So there is only one way of paying it. Okay, there is only one way of paying it. We have already found that out. So rupees 5 coins. So rupee 1 coins and rupee 2 coins. If you take them together. So is that clear? Together 20 coins and rupee 5 coins obviously will be 2 coins. So that you have 22 coins. So there is only one way of doing this. Oh, I missed 2y, is it? Okay, anyhow. 2y. Okay. Hardly matters. So this shall become 3y in that case. Okay. Okay. Done. Got it. So let's thank you for the reminder. Aha. Let's remove this. Anyhow, we still get one way here. See, see, you have a special equation. Now, what is a special equation? What is a special equation? Are you aware of a special equation? See, a special equation is a single equation with two variables or three variables which has only one solution. You do not require two equations now to find out the value of x and y. Okay, so you have 4x plus 3y is equal to 20. Can you tell me what values can x and y take? Because you know the number of coins will be an integer value. So x and y obviously are integers. You can't have 1.5 number of 2 rupees coins. You can't have 3.77 number of 1 rupee coin. So number of coins is going to be an integer value. So the only thing that can come here is 2. The only thing that can come here is 4. So 4 into 2 plus 3 into 4, that is 8 plus 12 is 20. This is the only solution. This is the only solution that you have. Are we clear about this? Okay. So there is only one way of actually finding out. Okay. So that's that. Only one way. So this was attempt number. This should be 40, I believe. I need not go back. You would remind me. Yes, this was the 40th attempt. Good. All done. Okay, three questions. Three questions looks like a stale one. Still, I won't look at it. I would still like to go ahead. Maybe when I come back, then I'll take this up. I will, but I'm just letting you know what kind of feelings should cross your mind when you look at the paper. Well, if you know this on a circular track, okay, if you know this, all right, so this is a typical kind of a question. So A and B, the time ratio which is given here is 7.5 seconds, okay, and this is 10 seconds, okay. Uh, Works out to be how much? Let's say 75 is to 100, 25 threes are, 25 fours are. So this is a time ratio. And you should know that speed ratio, okay. Now I'm just talking about the speed ratio. Speed ratio is inversely proportional to time ratio. Why? Because speed is inversely proportional to time. Okay. So now the speed ratio should become 4 is to 3. The number of times, see, because he says uh, when two persons are running in the opposite direction, all right, when the two persons are running in the opposite direction on a circular track, the number of times that they will meet anywhere on the circular track is nothing but it is the sum of the ratio points in the speed ratio. So 4 plus 3, we have 7. That's it. Simple as that. Just remember this concept. Once again, I tell you, when two persons are running in the opposite direction on a circular track, okay, this is the starting point. A runs in this direction, B runs in this direction. Okay. Then how many occasions they will meet on this circular track is defined by the ratio point, sum of the ratio points of the speed ratio. Time ratio is given 7.5 is to 10. That is 3 is to 4. Reverse exchange the places. 4 is to 3 is the speed ratio. So 4 plus 3, that is 7 actually, would be the number of occasions that these two guys will meet anywhere on the circular track. So a new type here for you. Had it been the same direction, it would be different. Then you will have to take the LCM, of these figures. It would become different. And obviously, then they will meet on lesser number of occasions, isn't it? So because they're running in the same direction, so one goes ahead of the other. The slower one is chasing the faster one. Faster one will have to, overtake by completing one extra round than the slower one. All right, then only they can meet. Okay, you want to know this? Yeah, Rohan, please tell me which part you want me to repeat. Yeah, yeah. Good evening, Khushbu. Tell me, Rohan. Very fast. Please tell me which part you did not understand. Which second part? Well, time ratio and speed ratio. All right. You know what is speed? Speed is distance upon time. So you know these two are inversely proportional. No, speed is inversely proportional to time. More the speed, less will be the time taken. Less the speed, more will be the time taken. All right. So speed ratios and time ratios are opposite each other. So if time ratio of A and B is 3 is to 4. So let us say, if A takes 3 seconds to complete, or let us say if A takes 3 minutes to complete one round, B will take 4 minutes to complete the round. Whose speed is more? A is taking lesser time, 3 minutes. Yes. So A speed will should be more or not? Tell me, A speed will be more or not? A is completing the round in lesser time. So A speed is more. So if I take speed ratio, all you have to do is alter this 4 is to 3. So the time taken by A actually to complete 4 circles, in that time, B completes only 3 circles. Okay. So here, the ratio between their speeds is 4 is to 3. So the number of occasions on which they will meet each other anywhere on the circular track because they're traveling in the opposite direction would be a simple sum of these 2 points, 4 points and 3 points. That is 7. Okay, all clear? Good, good, good. Lawn tennis, mixed doubles. Okay, you want to take this up? Take this up. How many did we discuss, by the way, so far? I did not mark this one. Tell me. This was the 41st. Okay, just think in a simple manner, very simple manner. Number of ways in which a lawn tennis mixed doubles team. What is mixed doubles? A man and a woman on one side, and the other side again, man and a woman. Can be made from 6 married couples, 6 husbands, 6 wives. If no husband and wife play in the same set. Okay, so let us say the husbands here are A, B, C, D, E, F, and their respective wives are P, Q, R, S, T, U in that sequence. Okay. So here, first things first, A and P both cannot be playing the match. I mean, it's not necessary that A and P they pair. A and P both cannot be playing the same set. They cannot be playing the same game at the same time. All right. So let us say, you know that if this is the net, okay. So you need one male or a husband here, one female, which is someone else's wife. All right, another male here, a husband, another female, someone else's wife. So let us pick a pair of husbands randomly, say A and B. A and B are playing. Okay, A and B are playing. Now, how many wives are left here? Because it means P and Q, who are respective wives of A and B, they can't play. They can't play. True or not? Have you understood this? Right. So that means RSTU will pair with AB, any out of these two. So how can these be chosen? Two out of these need to be chosen. Out of RSTU, two females who are wives of someone else have to be chosen. So in how many ways can that be done? 4C2. So 4 into 3 by 2, right? So that is 6 ways. And also these A and B, you know, let us say that R and S are chosen. So A can pair with R, B can pair with S. Well, other way around. A can pair with S, or B can pair with R. So that means another 2 ways, okay, for pairing. So total 12 ways. Yes. And how can you select these two persons, two husbands out of 6? 62. Yes or no? So that would be 6 into 5 by 2. That is 15. Absolutely. Yes. So 15 into 12. There are total 180 ways, actually. You can make a correction in the key. It is given 120, but it is 180 ways in total. Right? Is that clear? Is that clear? All righty then. So this was what attempt? 41st or 42nd? This was 42nd. Right. Thanks, Mridu, for keeping these scores. Huh. What is the sum of the numbers x and y? Now both x and y are multiples of 12. So x I can take as 12a, y I can take as 12b. Let it be. Both are multiples of 12. 12. Difference between x and y is 72. So x minus y is 72, right? Now see, what do I have here? X minus y is 72. This is 12a minus 12b is equal to 72. 12 I shall take as common. So nowadays 12 6 is 72. So a minus b is 6. What are the values that a and b can take? Lots. A and b could be anything. All right. Could be 10 minus 4, 9 minus 3, could be 8 minus 2, right? So you cannot actually find out the values of x and y here. Why? Because it says what is the sum of the numbers x and y? You don't know x and y, not as yet. So statement 1 alone is not sufficient. Look at the second statement. He says LCM and HCF of numbers are of x and y are 960 and 24. Now you are aware of a formula here, that is LCM into HCF is equal to the product of two numbers. LCM is given as 960, HCF is given as 24. The two numbers we have taken here as 12A and 12B, let us say. Okay. Simply 12 6 oh, ho, ho. 12 8 my bard. See, this is the effect of company actually. Okay. All right. And as it is, this is 12 2 Okay. So 8 into 80 into 2 is 160. So here, A into B is 160. What are the values of X and Y? Can't say. Not as yet. So it means that whatever is given to us in statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Well, let us combine these two. A minus B is 6. AB is 60. When you combine these two, you can find out the values of A and B. Hence, you will be able to find out the values of X and Y. You need not find it out. You need not find it out. But obviously, the two statements, they provide you with the parameters based on which the values of X and Y can be found out. Isn't it so? So, done. Clearly means both the statements are sufficient, actually required. So this was 42nd or 43rd? Yeah. So this was 43rd. Again, percentages you should never leave out actually. Every month, Parth spends 40% of his pocket money. So let his pocket money be M. M stands for money. Okay, for traveling expenses, 30% of the remaining on food. Okay, remaining. How much will remain? First of all, if he has pocket money as 100%, out of that, 40% will be used on pocket money. 40% is used for traveling. How much is he left with? 60%. That is 0.6 M. This is remaining. This is remaining. And of this remaining, he is using 30% on food. Of this remaining, he uses 30%. See, 30% is used means how much remains? 70% remains. All right. So after having spent 30% on food, he's now remained with 70%. True. Of whatever is the remaining. 50% of the remaining. Now, this is the remaining amount. 50% of the remaining he is spending on stationery expenses. 50% spending means how much left? 0.5, 50% again. Now he's left with how much? 420 rupees. That's it. So make use of certain things here. 0.6, 60% is what? 3 by 5. Yeah. So M into 3 by 5 into what is this? 7 by 10, right? What is this? 5 is 1 by 2, correct? That is equal to 420. Do some smart calculations. 3 into 7 is 21, right? 21 twos are. All right. So M here is nothing but 20 into 5 into 2 into 10. So that is nothing but 2000. 5 into 2 is 10. 10 into 10 nowadays is 100. 20 into 100 again, latest is 2000. Question here is find the amount he spends on food. All right. Now his pocket money is 2000. How much did he spend on traveling? 40% of this. So how much is the remaining amount? Remaining is how much? 60%? Yes. So it is 60% of 2000. 6 twos are 12. So 1200 remains. 1200 remains. So the question is, how much is he spending on food? How much is he spending on food? 30%. So 30% of 1200. 12 threes are 36. So 360 is what he's spending on food. Well, this was quite a simple question. I would say that. How many attempted? 43, 44. 44, I believe. Yeah, this was the 44th attempt. Quite comfortable, isn't it? So, okay, done with, done with, done with this. Okay, you can do this. I mean, number of arrangements of the word republic. So this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the vowels occur at odd places. Which are the odd places? First, third, fifth, and seventh. Which are the vowels? E, U, and I. So there are three vowels. Okay, so there are three vowels: E, U, and I, and there are five consonants. Which are those? R, P, B, L, C. Right? Now you know that these three vowels have to occupy one, two, three, four places. In how many ways can they do that? How many ways it can be done? Out of four places, they have to occupy three places, right? So it can be done in 4C3 place, right? 4C3 is 4, correct? Now this EUI, when they are placed at any of these three positions, uh, the order would also change. You know, you can put them in various orders. We will get various arrangements as per the orders: EUI, UIE, IUE, and so on. So many arrangements. In how many ways can we do it? 3 factorial, 3 into 2 into 1, that is 6. Okay. So for vowels, we have 4 into 6, that is 24 arrangements in all, right? Now for these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consonants can be arranged. 5 consonants can be arranged in 5 factorial ways. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? That is 120. So 24 twos are is 48. Yep. So 4 remaining, 24 ones are 24 plus 4, 28. So these are the total number of ways that it can be done. Yep. Was 45th. Actually, this is a simple question. See, minimum number of plant samples left. Left. So what do we want? Remainder. 15,380 are to be planted such that the number of plants in each row and each column are equal. So we are talking about a square matrix here. What is a square matrix? Square matrix is the one in which number of rows is equal to the number of columns. Yeah, this is a square matrix, right? So there are three columns and there are three rows, correct? So just find out the nearest square, correct? Because how many pockets do you have here? Well, we have in total 9 pockets, right? So you need a square here near to this. So you remember 120 square or 12 square is 144, 00. You remember 125 square? This is what? 25. This is what? 12 into 13. 12 into 13 is what? 12 square plus 12, right? So that is 156. 15380 is near to 15625. So try 124 square. What is 124 square? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 124 plus 124. 124 plus 24. Okay. And 24 square. That is 576. So 76 you have here. 4, 4, 5. 8 and 5, 13. Okay. And you have a 5 here and 1. So 15376. So that is a square of 124. So simply these many plants can be arranged in a square matrix. Out of 1 5, what did I do? Sorry, 15376, 15380. All right, 15376 out of 15380. Four plants will remain. So that is B. So had you known how to find out these squares, it would become a simple problem for you. So this was 44th, 45th, 46th. Cool. Done. Okay. All right. If you want to actually, bowl of toffees is kept on table. Amit walks in and takes half of the toffees plus three extra toffees. Bhumit walks in, takes half of the remaining toffees plus four extra toffees. Sumit walks in and takes half of the remaining toffees plus five extra toffees. Bowl is now empty. Go backwards. Simplest way. Bowl is now empty. Means how many are there left over? Zero. So how many were there when Sumit walked in? He took these five extra, right? Correct. And he takes half of something. Well, if he takes half of a figure and five remains, that means that this is how it must have been. So before Sumit actually could lay his hands on the toffees, there must have been 10 toffees. When Sumit saw 10 toffees, he took half of them, that is five, and then five extra. So that is how he took all the 10 toffees and the ball became empty. Okay. So it means that before Sumit came, there must have been 10 toffees. Before Sumit, who came? Bhumit plus four extra. Yeah. All right. So plus four. So that means 14. And this must be half. Okay. Yes. So what happened here? Bhumit, if you take, just look at this one. When he came, when he came, there were 14 toffees plus 28 by 2. So there were 28 toffees. There were 28 toffees. So what did Bhumit do? Out of these 28, he took half of them. That is 14. Okay. And out of the remaining 14, he picked up 4. He picked up 4. So out of these 28, he picked up 14 plus 4, 18. That's how 10 toffees remained for Sumit, no? That's how 10 toffees remained for Sumit. Okay. So that means the number of toffees here must have been 28 when Bhumit came. Bhumit, then we have Amit. He took how much? 3 toffees. So that is 28 plus 3, 31. Okay, which is half of the total number of toffees, 62. That is it. He took half of 62. That is, see, when you take half, only half remains. Yeah. So out of 62, he took half, 31. 31 remained. All right. And he took how many? Then he took three extra. Now you see the process. There were there were there were 62 toffees in the beginning. Okay. So what happened? Amit walked in. He took half of them, 31. Okay. And then three extra. So he took how many? 34. So how many remain? How many remain? Huh? 28 remained. So what did Bhumit do? He took half of these, 28. Okay, that is 14. Took four more. So he took 18. So how many remained? 10. Then what happened when finally Sumit came? He took half of these, 5. And the remaining. So how many remained? 0. Done. So 62. Got it? Got it, got it, got it. How much? How much? 47th. Okay. Ha. See, you could have taken an example here. Obviously, you can't keep on writing 66 number of fives here. No use. And obviously, you're not going to divide it by you know, 11. Simple thing, 66. It's a multiple of 6, which means it is multiple of 3 as well as 2. Okay, so take 6 numbers. Like, remember, if I would have taken a single 5, it is not divisible by 11, 111, and double one, double one. If I take 55, divisible by 11, but not by 111, not by 1111. If I take triple five, divisible by 11, divisible by 111, not by double one, double one. 555, it is not divisible by 11, right? So 5555, again, this is divisible by 11, but not divisible by 111. Okay, but divisible by 1111. Now, 6 is what you need to take. This is what you need to take. Why? Because this 66 here, if we need 66 fives, okay, so this is a number which is divisible by 3, okay, by 3 and 2. So take a number which is divisible by both 3 and 2. Either take 6 fives or take 12 fives or take 18 fives, 24 fives, or so on. Now you see this. If you divide this by 11, yes, it is divisible by 11. 55, 55, 55. Yes. If you divide this by 111, it is divisible by 111. 555, 555. But is it divisible by double one, double one? 5555, and after that 55 is remainder. So it is not divisible by double one, double one. That's it. So take some illustrations, take some examples, okay, equate it to with some numbers. Then just don't sit tight and keep on staring at the question. Keep on, your brain needs to be active. That's exactly what is being tested. Okay, we want intelligent officers to lead the country. No, my dear Nivedita, it is not 34. It is not 34. No, 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 no. 34, it won't be. Okay, you just try it out. 34 you want? Huh? What does Amit do? Amit comes, takes half of them and three more. So 20 gone, remaining 14. Then Bhumit comes, takes half of these and four more. That is 11. How many remains? Three. Then how will Sumit take half of these plus five more? Already done, no? You've seen this. How can it be? It doesn't fit in. Acha, ha. Just a minute, just a minute. Yeah, 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 yeah. I might have committed an error as far. Find the number of toffees picked by Amit. I'm sorry. Okay, picked by Amit is 34. Yes, yes, yes. You are right. I'm sorry. कितने हो गए 47 हो गए ना हाँ let me just get rid of this then. Okay, 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 okay. I'm just actually rushing. That is why maybe such a thing has happened. Might happen with you as well because see, 62 was given amongst the choices, and that's why it happens this way. Alrighty then. This was which attempt? ये 48th attempt है. Hmm. Ah, this is quite simple one. Just read it and you would get it. China's government doubled down on its controversial zero COVID strategy amid unprecedented protests against lockdowns in many Chinese cities. What is the question? Which of the following assumptions is not implicit in the argument above? Okay. It is not implicit means it is not meant, actually speaking. Okay, or it is not hidden. So the weekend's protests in Beijing and Shanghai were not repeated on Monday, and a high security presence in amid a high security presence in both cities. Some universities in the Chinese capital, such as Tsinghua University, that saw students come out and protest over the weekend, have made plans to send students home early for the winter break, apparently to prevent further gatherings. Okay. So protests in China are not a usual occurrence. Is it implicit? It is not implicit. Okay, let's see. So I did not understand it. Simple as that. So I just left it. Now, the presence of security personnel deters protests. Yes, it does. It is implicit. All right. It is saying that weekends protests were not repeated on Monday amid a high security presence in both the cities. So security matters. Okay. It deters protests. So this is correct. So that means this cannot be the answer. Sending students on an early break might prevent protests. That's exactly what they're trying to do here. All right. They have plans to send students home early for winter break. Okay. So apparently to prevent further gatherings. So that is again quite implicit. So this cannot be not implicit. Chinese government will yield to the demands of the students. Well, this is not implicit. Chinese government will yield. No, they have doubled down on its controversial zero COVID. So this is not implicit. This is my answer. Protests in China are not usual occurrence. Well, might not be, right? So unprecedented protests means that they're not usual. True. Okay. They were not expected, actually. So that was the 49th attempt. You could have attempted this as well. Okay. So Hawaii's Mauna Loa, the largest active volcano in the world, has erupted for the first time in nearly 40 years. The US authorities said as emergency crews, all right, which of the following is an assumption in the above argument. US authorities said as emergency crews went on alert early Monday, flows of lava remained contained within the summit caldera of Mauna Loa, but the eruption could pose a threat. But the eruption could pose a threat to nearby residents should conditions change. The United States Geological Survey reported at 11:45 p.m. local time Sunday, some 15 minutes after the eruption inside Hawaiian Volcanoes National Park. So, which of the following is an assumption? Mauna Loa was not expected to erupt because of its dormancy in the last 40 years. Uh, no, it has erupted for the first time in nearly 40 years. Does it talk about expectations anywhere? I don't think so. So I'll just keep it here. Emergency crew got the information about the eruption after the geological survey team reported it. That's hardly an assumption. It could be a conclusion, it could be an inference, but definitely not an assumption based on which this passage is given. Conditions in the volcano could change and endanger the lives of nearby residents. Kindly have a look here. That's exactly what we're talking about, isn't it? The eruption could pose a threat to nearby residents should conditions change. So, conditions could change and endanger the lives of nearby residents. Very, very much implicit. Right? So, C should be an answer. So, this would become our 50th attempt or 49th. This would be our 50th attempt. We complete our 50. Yes? Madhvika, I'm waiting. Okay. Yes. A very simple one, actually. I hope that we will get it. But let me just get you more of, this is again very simple one. Violence against women can be perpetrated by the family members of the husband. Okay. Here, you can get it from here. This does not even capture the prevalence of acts of violence against women committed by other family members. So, which of the following is an assumption? Violence against women can be perpetrated by the family members of the husband. So, this is there. 51st. Look at the previous one. Okay. Yes. So, National Commission for Scheduled Tribes is pushing for redocumentation of the cultures and social practices of indigenous and tribal societies. All right. Redocumentation. Why is it doing redocumentation? So as to a better understanding of the tribal society's identities and rights of desirables. So you can just go through it. This would be the answer. So I would rather attempt it. So must be 52nd. Okay. Amid massive layoffs at Twitter. All right. So here, whenever a company gives a severance pay, why does it pay severance pay? Is to save money. That amount of money that it would have paid the employee as salaries. So when they let go or fire people, they pay them severance. Okay. Compensatory pays, extra amount. Okay. So what is the basis of layoffs? Layoffs, always the point here is very simple. And the amount paid in severance pay is not more than the amount saved in the salaries of the laid off workers. So whatever they're paying as severance pay, that is smaller, obviously, than the amount that they're saving in the layoffs. Okay. So this shall be the 53rd, I believe. What is the speed of train X? Train X can cross a tunnel of length thrice its length. So if the length of train X is L, the tunnel will be 3L. Okay. And it crosses in 32 seconds on a platform of length 250 meters in 18 seconds. So basically, it says the total length here will become L plus 3L. Okay. If I talk about the tunnel, so that means 4L. Okay. So we know that time is nothing but it is distance by speed. And the other way around, speed is equal to distance by time. Now here, uh, train X can cross a tunnel of length thrice of its length. So the total distance here is 4L. Okay. And it is crossed in 32 seconds. So it is crossed in 32 seconds. And length here should be in meters, is it? It is in meters. So you can find out maybe, 1 by 8 meters per second. This is what is the speed. And here, if you take the speed in the second occasion, platform of length 250 meters in 18 seconds. Well, how will you calculate this? This is L by 8. So can't say. Okay. Again, L plus 250 by 18 seconds. That is what you have speed as. So at the most, what you can do is L by 8 is equal to L plus 250 by 18. This is what will be the speed. Okay, so you uh, have a 4 here and a 9 here. So you can have it as 9. L is equal to 4L plus 250. So you have a 5L is equal to 250. So length here you can find out as 25. Correct? No, 50. 50 meters is the length of the train. So you can always find out the speed also. Speed is L by 8. Okay, so that must be 50 by 8. That is 25 by 4 currently. Now, Kiran, see, we are talking about two objects which are stationary. Tunnel is stationary, okay, and platform is also stationary. So, as far as statement one is concerned, now second one it says train X can cross train Y while moving in the opposite direction. Okay, uh, and same direction in 15 and 45 seconds respectively. So what does it mean? You know that when the two trains are traveling in opposite direction, their relative speed is the sum of their speeds, right? So train Y is 90. So opposite direction would mean you don't know the lengths of the trains, right? Is the length of the second train known to you? Train X can cross train Y while moving in opposite direction in same direction in 15:45. Speed of train Y is 90 kilometers per hour. But it does not talk about the length of the second train. Okay. So length of train X plus length of train Y divided by sum of their speed. So speed of train X plus 90 here into 5 by 18 so as to convert it into meters per second. All right. Now this is the time. Time is what? Distance by speed. So if they are traveling in the same direction, it is Lx plus Ly by Sx speed of x plus 90. All right. Or else it is 45 seconds. So let me just have a look here. Let us do it. Let me just add another sheet here. Okay. So here we know Lx plus Ly, all right, by speed of x plus 90, all right, into 5 by 18, obviously. This is given to us basically as 15 seconds. So let this be 15. Okay. And Lx plus Ly by speed of x minus 90, 5 by 18. This is given to us here as 45. Correct. Now we have two equations here. Length is not given here, Munna. So we are just cross multiplying here, obviously. That's what we will do. Okay, so the basic thing which I have here is that these two will become same if I just multiply them with the 3. That's all that I know. Then this will also become the same. Is it or not? So you can say 3 times Lx plus Ly, okay, by 3 times Sx plus 90 is equal to Lx plus Ly by Sx minus 90. Okay, first let us get this one right. Okay, so this should not be there. So with these equations, I think Lx plus Ly anyhow should cancel, right? So you get equations here that is Sx minus 90 into 3 is equal to Sx plus 90. So 3 speed of x minus 270 is equal to Sx plus 90. So this is 2 Sx is equal to 360. So speed of x here should be 180. Either ways you can find out, right? Hi Saktivel. So this way, what we are bothered about either ways, either statement 1 or statement 2 alone is sufficient to answer the question. Either ways, we are getting the answer here, right? So this one is also done. So this shall be my 52nd, 3rd, 54th attempt. Lovely. So we have already attempted 54 questions here. Okay. Now see this. Scientific information has become important in the last 3 decades. Huge difference in the communication between scientists and non-scientists. That is the general public, you can say. Now, if the non-scientists do not want to lose touch with the important issues pertaining to them, the difference needs to be reduced. So, statement assumes that an understanding of science is necessary to solve public issues. That's what it is pointing towards. Because yet there is a huge difference in the communication between scientists and non-scientists. So, 55 questions we have attempted. You can attempt the other questions also. All right, go through the solutions. All right, Daily Metro, very simple one. See, it says they plan to reduce more fares this year. The authorities are of the opinion that lower fares will result in a 20% increase in the number of passengers. So they're just hoping that lower fares will increase in the number of footfalls or number of, increase in ridership by 20%. And they're assuming that there will not be any extra expenditure. So the Delhi Metro can accommodate a 20% increase in ridership without incurring any additional losses. That is what they're assuming because there is no mention of that. That's how they're making profits. All right, so you can go ahead and attempt this one as well. You can form such arrangements, but that's that. I particularly feel that easily 45 to 50 attempts can be made, and when you make around 45 to 50 attempts, you will have an accuracy of somewhere around 70%, and that would suffice actually for you to clear off the paper. So if you attempt around 45 questions also and you have committed 9 mistakes, 9 questions are incorrect, that means 3 questions directly I'm reducing. 45 minus 9 is 36. From this I'm reducing 3, so 33. 33 into 2.5. All right, so 2.5, just a minute, sorry. So 33 into 2.5, 25 threes are 75. You have a 7. So 75 plus 7, 82. You are still safe. But try to increase your attempts beyond 50. At least 50 attempts you should have. You should give so many attempts. All right. And for that matter, your selection of questions is very, very important. So don't bother if there are more questions on PNC. Whole paper is not on permutations and combinations, isn't it? Isn't it so? Just figure out whatever appeals to you first. So 2 3 attempts, 2 3 times you have to review the paper. Keep on scrolling the paper. Go back again, scroll. Go back again, scroll, and find out those questions that would be comfortable for you. All right. With that, I Kapil sign off. Take your leave and wish you all the best. We will meet again. Or through another session. I will communicate. We will talk about the FLT2. All right. Wish you all the best. Make sure that you just scroll through the papers and first try to solve those questions which you are more comfortable with. In all probability, they should be based on reasoning. All right. So that is what you should start with. Oh, you're welcome, Subhash. You're welcome. All right, Shash. Okay, Mahendra. Thank you. Thank you so much and good night and take care. Wish you people all the best. It was pleasure being with you guys. All right. Thank you. Bye bye.